Salam alaikum, Shawud, Nama Usra, and salutation to all. I am Bakaya Gabella Ray, your host for today, 13 April 2025, on this live, an impromptu call of the official reading of the Imperial and Imperial-Executive Secretariat Pa Atak for the IRO, HEM, and ECMYE-IRKR. A monumental moment as it coincides with our 16-year anniversary and the notice of apostille, the diplomatic arrival, and live act of state. Now, I will begin this ceremony with the recitation of our pledge. Begin our acts, breathing and thinking by saying Kalum, all, by way of the infinity flame of the dwellers enthroned in the flower of fire, by way of a universal traveler, :space, dweller-emperor, :space, Sam Hu, at many-array, quote, Ade Loyi, end quote. Zen Uru, :space, smiley face. The pledge of the Imperial and Imperial Royal flags for the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States, small s, colon. As I stand beneath our sacred Imperial and Imperial Royal flags, I vow loyalty and obedience as I watch them fly to the imperial laws of our Imperial and Imperial Constitution that governs our Imperial and Imperial Royal Empire. To this cause, I hold my head up high. With honor, I pledge to protect and defend all within the Imperial and Imperial Royal Kingdom, both family and friend, exclamation. To ensure that all have their equal rights, to this cause, I will lay down my very life. As I stand beneath our sacred Imperial and Imperial Royal and national flags, I vow loyalty, sincerity, and integrity with zeal. As I will, so mote it be. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Ashe, so be it, so it is, it definitely shall be. Quote, Zen Uru, and power we shall have, end quote. Thank you. Eesh, : space, smiley face. Know thyself, smiley face. All right. On behalf of our Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States, :space, quote, the oldest independent autonomous autochthon nation / kingdom on earth, end quote. We welcome and thank you all for joining us for our live and impromptu call of the Imperial and Imperial-Executive Secretariat Pa Atak reading ceremony. And now, I have the honor, the privilege, and the pleasure to present to you a universal traveler, :space, dweller-emperor, :space, his Imperial Majesty, all cap, H.E.M, :space, Sam Hu, at many-array, quote, Ade Loyi, end quote. Salam alaikum, Shawud, Emperor.
Hey. Salam alaikum, All right, y'all. Now, this was an event that went down the other day at noon, Giza. Some know it as Stone Mountain, Georgia. And we had a ceremony, impromptu ceremony, to officially sign in the Imperial-Executive Secretariat Pa Atak. And we did have a live setting, but the electricity on the mountain was so crazy that night. We got part of the event we got the whole thing, but some of it's kind of blurry. So we're gonna do another reading tonight. We waited till tonight to do this reading for the full moon. To grab all the full moon energy that's going out with this part top, okay? So we're gonna get this reading done so it officially out. It has to be this way. Your sovereign state. So you have to show yourself. So you're coming on, you're emerging. So this is one of the steps. You emerging and stepping on the scene, move your state. All right. So early in the morning when the L's be vibing. So we up with the L this morning, right?
That's right. Indeed.
All right, and it's a full moon too, you know. So, all right, let's dance.
Right. Now, we will start our read. We have the first reader. Introduce yourself and start to read.
Salam alaikum shawuthal. I am the case of Ray, and I shall be the first reader. Across the top of our page, starting from the right, this is our banner of the absolute royal sovereign emperors, imperial and imperial royal flag for Golan. Next, going to the left, we have the imperial royal office for his imperial majesty, for the Imperial CMYE-IRK, all cap, Republic, Great Flag, full colon. Moving to our left, we have the More 48-Star of Peace, Full Faith and Sovereign, small s, Gold Credit, Great Flag, full colon. Again to our left, we have the Imperial CMYE-IRK, all cap, Republic, for the country of United States, small s, national flag, full colon. The Imperial Royal House of Tunica Thunder Fire and underscore the Imperial Royal House of Samson L Samhure herewith underscore ordained by decree and declared active and in force underscore the Imperial Royal Office for his Imperial Majesty, effective date 28 June 2023. In accordance with underscore the formal response and follow up for the notices of a session IMYRS all cap file number full colon space FR-FU-NOAS all cap /2024 dash 00000001 dated underscore 30 July 2024, effective date 28 November 2024. 2. Notice of a session for the IROHEM all cap and ECMYE-IRKR all cap IMYRS file numbers full colon space NOARAD all cap /2024 dash 00000001 semicolon NOA VCLT all cap dash 00000002 full colon NOA CRTAP all cap dash 000000003, semicolon, NOAC all cap dash 000000004, dated underscore 22 January 2024, effective date 13 June 2024, quote, retroactive to Imperial and Imperial-Executive missions, dated 3 December 2023, effective date 30 July 2024, to 31 August 2023, / notice of appointment, in parentheses, amendments, end parentheses, and underscore Imperial CMYE-IRK all cap Republic for the country of United States small s, effective date 28 June 2023, to effective date 8 January 2023, parentheses, Imperial and Imperial-Royal Diplomatic Decree, in parentheses. 2. Effective date 21 June 2022, parentheses, Royal Public Notice and press release to the world, in parentheses. 2. Effective date 18 March 2022, parentheses, Imperial-Multiproprio / official royal decree - public notice to the world, in parentheses, end quote. In harmony with the be it decreed equity contracts, all underlined, space, Emperor's Directive -0004 capital Z small a / Imperial Constitution for the Imperial Royal Kingdom, in parentheses, ECIRK all cap, via Emperor's Directive 0004 capital Z, effective date 4 April 2024, per 3 April 2013, / Imperial Constitution for the Continental Moorish Yamaxi Empire.
Read what's on the paper.
Imperial
Constitution of.
Correction. Imperial Constitution of the Continental Moorish Yamaxi Empire, in parentheses, ICCMYE, all cap, 2. Emperor's Directive 0003, capital Z, space. Notification of diplomatic arrival. Notice of apostille and italic - Act of State, effective date 9 April 2009, to Emperor's Directive -0001, parentheses, CMYE all cap, USA small u / USA all cap, and parentheses, effective date 18 July 2007 to effective date 4 March 2004 / claim of the life, in parentheses, CL all cap, to effective date 11 February 2004 / United States of America State Department, in parentheses, minor - apostille verification numbers, space, 04010010 and underscore 04010010 to the aegis of the Treaty of Berne and underscore Constitution of the Universal Postal Union, effective date 30 September 2003, quote, retroactive italic to 9 October 1874, end quote, to effective date 20 June 2003 / the state of Georgia, in parentheses, major dash apostille verification number, full colon space, 5604B, capitalized, USA, all cap. 2. Effective date 13 June 2003. In parentheses, Yamasee Mur nationality dash YM, all cap, in parentheses. 2. Effective date 9 May 2003. In parentheses, Washita Mur nationality dash WM, all cap, in parentheses, pursuant to underscore
Oh,
the
WM parentheses full colon.
yeah, correction, WM, all cap, parentheses, full colon, pursuant to the quote sovereign state, end quote, Yamasee Native American government via Mount Arafat Embassy dash UN, all cap, full colon, space 208-1992. USA, small u, / USA, all cap. Effective date 19 June 2003. In harmony with underscore the quote sovereign state, end quote, United Washita de Doug de Mondia dash UN, all cap, full colon space 215-1993. USA, small u, / USA, all cap. Effective date 20 March 2003, full colon 2. Effective date 28 January 1837, / treaty, small t, of September 16, 1836, full colon, pursuant to the Constitution for underscore the United small u States of America, USA small u, effective date 17 September 1787, full colon. 2. Treaty of Peace and Friendship, effective date 18 July 1787, quote, retroactive, italic, 2, 23 June 1786, end quote, full colon. 2. Treaties of Utrecht, effective year 1713, full colon. 2. The beginning of recorded history, / our dash story, as recorded in the stones at Uaxachtan, just off the Yucatan Peninsula via the sovereign Imperial Royal Empire, in parentheses, SERE, all cap, and underscore into the future in perpetuity, ad infinitum, droit, eesh, smiley face, nunc pro tunc.
All right,
Nunc.
1 second. All right, go up to when you say active and in, it says quote for us. That quote is there for a reason, okay?
Yes.
So you got to make sure you catch that when you're reading, because that's active right now. So that's a motion for that quote there. So it's an active and in quote for, all right? But other than that, you cool. You know, you did 95. I give you 95, 96. How about that? You're all right. All right, come on, let's roll.
Oh, yeah.
This for his dash Imperial dash Majesty presents the underscore Imperial and
Hold
Imperial.
1 second. You know, I seen something up here a while ago. Go back up a little bit. Because when people read this, I'll start right there. You go. When you see the Washita, United Washita D. Doug Demania, dash UN colon space 21519, now you say USA small u, and you see that / USA, so that kind of confuse people. Or energy brought to me. Because how can you have both? Feel me? So you have both because you go back to the small u and you adopt the Constitution for that represents the 100 million gold, which represent the 48-star flag up here. That's why you got equity. That's why it says in harmony with the be it decreed and equity contracts. That's the goal, 100 million gold, okay? So that's where you get the small USA with the Washington. The land is owned by the Washington. So the land was here before the United States was. So under that small U, and that contract they signed with the Emperor of Morocco for 100 million to start the Revolutionary War, that was over your land. They can go tell the history books all they want, but they was fighting over your land when it was the revolution all the way to the slavery, Civil War. That was all about your land. So that's why the 21593 represent oldest indigenous people on the land, on the earth. You go check it out. Agriculture number, but it also represent oldest indigenous people on earth. Okay. So that's why that small U down there. Okay. So to make sure we get that straight, we go to the embassy government. Be a matter of fact, embassy. Why? Because me. Contract we got with Georgia. Okay. That was state to state. Okay. Me being a co-signer, my status is small U because I was already a king. I mean, say a double chief with the watchdog. See? So with that title, which became a sovereign crown prince title, which created what? The CMYE, 18 July 207. Because outside of that, we couldn't do nothing with the Yamhill Native government because it was under we had appointed Chief Black Eagle as head of state. So he had a 10-year run on that seat. So once he lost that seat, that 10-year run, he advocated seat. That's why only a true sovereign can come back and say that state. That's what I did. And that's when I transferred it into the Imperial government. And then with the civil orders of the Pope and the motu proprio, he basically came in, gave me the wisdom I was looking for, because he wanted nobody else out on the market could give me what he gave me. So he held the records. So once you claim your seat back, that's when he released the records. So he wrote the civil orders, give you information that you needed as you go. You got the republic, the properly formed and operational republic form of government. So that's what you had to do is get it operational. And so he said until the properly formed operation republic government appear, he put the guardians in place for the protection of who? The sovereign. Yeah, big the United States is. You got a small emperor coming in, and he got the more seat back, the gold. He got everything. So that's why you see it's written like that, okay? I got everybody okay with that? Y'all got questions? Y'all good?
Good, Emperor.
Good. Yes.
All right. All right, let's move on. So I mean we got that straight now, right?
Yes.
All right. I yield. Come on, the castle, let's dance. See what you got for me. Since you gonna get me all fired up, let's go.
Royal Office for His Imperial Majesty presents the Imperial and Imperial-Executive Secretariat Pa'ata for colon space. The Imperial Royal House of Tunica-Thunder Fire and underscore the Imperial Royal House of Samson L-Samhudre hereafter underscored has decreed and declared active and in quote force the Imperial Royal Office for His Imperial Majesty in parentheses IROHEM all cap in parentheses effective date 28 June 2023. The IROHEM all cap henceforth underscore as established by supreme authority the Imperial and Imperial-Executive Secretariat Patak dated underscore 9 April 2025 pursuant to underscore the Imperial and Imperial-Executive missions dated underscore 3 December 2023 effective date 30 July 2024, who are entrusted with executing the imperial laws and rights enshrined within the ICMYE, all cap, footnote 1, and Footnote 1, ICC-MYE all cap dash Emperor's Directive dash 0004 capital Z forward slash Imperial Constitution of the Continental Orders ICC-MYE all. And while I'm down here, footnote 2, EC-IRK all cap dash Emperor's Directive dash 0004 capital Z small a forward slash Imperial Constitution for the Imperial Constitution for the Imperial Royal Kingdom, parenthesis, ECIRK all cap, in parentheses. Okay, so ICC-MYE all cap and ECIRK all cap, national laws, imperial and imperial policies, and autonomous mandates under capital H dot, capital E dot, capital M dots, decrees and directives, semicolon, including underscore, key responsibilities for the imperial and imperial-executive secretariat, PATAK, in parentheses, E&I dash ES all cap PATAK, in parentheses, and royal proclamation. For the knowing, each imperial and imperial-executive secretariat, in parentheses, E&I dash ES all cap, in parentheses, reports directly to capital H dot, capital E dot, capital M dot, full colon, IROHEM, all caps, ensuring all exceptional sovereign governance standards are maintained and aligned with the imperial and imperial-executive missions, parenthesis, capital E and capital I dash EM cap, in parenthesis, droid, smiley face. Whereas, for the knowing, the ENI-ES all cap PATAK cabinet outlined, filed, and recorded Wednesday, 9 April 2025, in parentheses, ERN forward slash IMYRS all caps dash 2025 dash 00000009 in parentheses is fully aligned and consistent with all dash operational needs for the IROHEM all cap and ECMYE-IRKR all cap, and is structured in accordance with underscore the ENI-EM all cap and reinforced by the formal response and follow dash up for the notices of session dated underscore 30 July 2024, effective date 28 November 2024, via notices of a session dated 22 January 2024, effective date 13 June 2024, semicolon, and whereas, as mentioned above, each ENI-ES all cap reports directly to capital H dot, capital E dot, capital M dot, and functions under the supreme small s authority and ENI all cap laws for the ICC-MYE all cap and ECIRK all cap. The ENI-ES
All
top.
right, hold on, man. You be getting up, you be messing me up and forward up, okay? That's an up there, okay? You did that a couple times already. Then you throw the whole word off. It's not said where it says, so I said read what's on paper, all right?
Yeah, I didn't even catch that. Gratitude. Okay, I'll do that sentence again. Whereas, as mentioned above, each ENI-ES all cap reports directly to capital E dot, capital H dot, capital E dot, capital M dot, and functions under the supreme authorities, supreme small s, and ENI all cap laws of the ICC-MYE all cap and ECIRK all cap. The ENI-ES all cap, PA-ATOK, not only is the properly formed and operational republic government of the Americas, but also is sound and filed in accord with all historic and treaty-based mandates, including underscore the treaty, capital T / treaty, small t, of peace and friendship, parenthesis, 1786 / 1836 1837, in parentheses. The Constitution for the United Small U States of America, in parentheses 1787, in parentheses USA small u, United States Department of State apostille certifications, in parentheses 04010010 / 04010010-1, in parentheses, and Georgia, USA, all cap dash 5604B, semicolon, retroactively empowered through all necessary notices of accession, Imperial dash multiproprial decree, and other E&I, all cap, royal decrees. The ENI-ES, all cap, PA-ATOK, is the complete and correct PA-ATOK needed for the IROHEM, all caps, operational governance, as per the sovereign emperor's vision and decree. The ENI-ES, all cap, will provide the catalyst to construct, establish, strengthen, deepen, and broaden harmonious alliances with all world governments, United Nations states, and sovereign states. We'll stop. It will be the overarching objective of the ENI-ES, all cap, PA-ATOK, to finalize all constructive / security agreements, contracts, Imperial Rural Trust, NAMA, Nasdaq Foundation, and the ECMYE-IRKR, all cap, treaties, small t, of amity, commerce, and navigation. The ENI-ES, all cap, PA-ATOK, is a masterful, richly detailed ENI, both capitalized, constitutional framework, which is spiritually sound, politically sovereign, lawfully and legally fortified for administrative clarity, operational agility, and global legibility. Droit, exclamation. Number 1, Imperial-Secretariat of State Affairs, in parentheses, E&I capitalized - Executive Secretariat of Governance, in parentheses, full colon. First diamond, EES, all cap -01, roles, full colon, space, administers executive functions and sovereign governance structures, including overseeing all E&I-ES, all capitalized, ensuring implementation of E&I capitalized royal decrees and E&I capitalized - constitutional decrees and orders, serves as the central administrative command for the indigenous government of the Americas and approves major government actions before they reach capital H dot, capital E dot, capital M dot, full colon. Next diamond, authority, full colon, space, holds full administrative, legislative, and policy execution power under the IROHEM, all cap, / capital H dot, capital E dot, capital M dot, all cap. Also, full oversight over policy execution, legislative coordination, and sovereign affairs. Next diamond, reports to, full colon, space, IROHEM, all cap, / capital H dot, capital E dot, capital M dot. Next diamond, responsibilities. full colon. First bullet, coordinates the E&I executive, legislative, judicial, and E&I all caps sovereign small s militia branches in alignment with the IRO-HEM all cap directives. Next bullet, ensures execution of E&I both cap decrees and executive orders, diplomatic protocols, and strategic governance. Next bullet, oversees policy implementation, national affairs, and governance structure. Next bullet, provides leadership and direction to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, in parentheses, MFAIC all cap, in parentheses, with establishing diplomatic relations, domestic and foreign policies for all sovereign states, in parentheses, SS, both cap, within the IRO-HEM and ECM, all cap, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap. Number 2, Imperial-Secretariat of Treasury and Finance, in parentheses, E&I capitalized dash Executive Secretariat of Finance, in parentheses, full colons. First diamond, EES, all cap, dash '02, role, full colon, space. Manages the Imperial CMYE, all cap, Treasury, in parentheses, ICMYET, all cap, in parentheses, NAMA, International Central Bank, in parentheses, NICB, all cap, and NAMA Global Bank, in parentheses, NGB, in parentheses, within the NAMA Imperial and Imperial-Financial Enterprise, all underscore, structure. Next diamond, authority, full colon, space, full control over sovereign small s monetary policies, fiscal regulation, E&I capitalized dash Royal Revenue System, budgeting, economic management, and planning. Next diamond, reports to IRO-HEM all cap / capital H dot, capital E dot, capital M dot. Next diamond, responsibilities, full colon. First bullet, directs the E&I capitalized economic policies, fiscal strategies, financial intelligence, and sovereign small s wealth management. Next bullet, oversees fiscal policies / strategies and ensures alignment with the IRO-HEM all caps, global financial directives, and economic sovereignty small s initiatives. Next bullet, directs NICB all cap and NGB all cap financial strategies, credit and debt management, NAMA gold sovereigns, NAMA sovereign currency, and NAMA securities sovereignty small s. Next bullet, ensures economic stability through taxation via the Royal Revenue System, national investments, and trade policies. Next bullet, administers sovereign small s funds, investment programs, and financial security measures for sovereign small s liquidity and nation building. Next bullet, coordinates with EES-17 on monetary policies and economic regulation. Number 3, Imperial Secretariat of Defense and Sovereign capital S Security, in parentheses, E&I capitalized dash Executive Secretariat for National Defense, in parentheses, full colon. First diamond, EES, all cap dash '03, role, full colon, space, oversees the E&I sovereign small s military, leads ECMYE-IRKR, all caps, national small n defense, intelligence operations services, E&I capitalized Homeland Security Operations under the IROHEM all cap Militia Command and Sovereign capital S Protection under JUS and the JUS GLADI. Next diamond, Authority, full colon, space. Full command over E&I sovereign small s military and national small n defenses, sovereign capital S and strategic security forces and national intelligence operations. Next diamond, reports to full colon IROHEM all cap / capital H dot capital E dot capital M dot. Next diamond, responsibilities full colon. First bullet, directs and implements military defense frameworks / strategies, leads ECMYE-IRKR all cap, national small n defense, oversees intelligence operations and counter intelligence for external threats, security enforcement, and counter terrorism efforts. Next bullet, oversees E&I militia / military readiness, covert operations, cybersecurity, cyber warfare, and ensure border security compliance, and E&I capitalized homeland protection. Next bullet, protects national small n territories, diplomatic missions, and critical infrastructure. Next bullet, safeguards IROHEM all cap and ECMYE-IRKR assets, defense of the realm, strategic interests, civil preparedness, security infrastructure, and sovereign small s territories. Number 4, Imperial, Secretariat of Judicial Affairs and Imperial Court, in parentheses, E&I capitalized - Executive Secretariat of Justice, in parentheses, full colon. First diamond, EES-04, role, full colon, space, oversees the Imperial CMYE all cap Supreme small s Court, in parentheses, ICMYE small s C all rest cap, in parentheses, and the Imperial Judiciary Administration, in parentheses, IJA all cap, in parentheses.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Look, I CMYE-SC small s, okay? You totally threw me
Twist it
off.
up a little bit. Yeah. I got it.
Yeah, all right, 40 more. Yeah, all right, come on.
Next diamond. Authority for colon space. Full control over E&I capitalized lawful and legal codes, E&I sovereign capital S court rulings, and treaty capital T enforcement. Next diamond, reports to, full colon space, IROHEM all cap / capital H dot capital E dot capital M dot, all responsibilities. Next diamond, full colon, first bullet, initiation of the ICMY ESC small s, all the rest cap, IJA all cap, and 13th Territorial, quote, District, end quote, Court - Imperial Orders Yamachi Consular Court, in parentheses, IMYCC all cap, in parentheses. Next diamond, manages court proceedings, judicial appointments, and legislative reviews. Next bullet, enforcing legal compliance across all E&I capitalized governmental offices. Next bullet, oversees E&I constitutional law, Imperial Constitutional Court, in parentheses, ECC capitalized. Civil and criminal justice, E&I sovereign, capital S, treaty, capital T, rights, pursuant to underscore the de jure, italics, / supreme, small s, italic, E&I dash capitalized dash treaty, small t, / treaty, capital T, rights, E&I capitalized dash land rights, full faith and sovereign gold dash credit, all italics, E&I capitalized dash territorial authority, E&I capitalized dash constitutional rights, control venue, including underscore Dominion and Westphalian sovereignty, small s, concluded via the accompanying obligations, good faith performance, and treaties, small t, pursuant to underscore the Constitution for underscore the United States of America, small u, USA, small u. Effective dates 17 September 1787 and 23 June 1786 / treaty, capital T, of peace and friendship dash Emperor of Morocco per Emperor's Directive dash 0004 capital Z small a space ECIRK all cap via Emperor's Directive dash 0004 capital Z space ICC MYE all cap droid exclamation. Number 5. Imperial Secretariat for Foreign Affairs and Domestic Relations, in parentheses, E&I capitalized dash Executive Secretariat of Domestic and International Relations, in parentheses,
Not a legal march rule.
So
You keep messing up the uhs and the fours.
I did it again.
You done did it 2-3 times. I just let it go because you're reading. And you put the in there, so pay attention. Are you all right? All right. All right, let's get this right, all right? Come on.
Yes. Imperial Secretariat of Foreign Affairs and Domestic Relations, in parentheses, E&I capitalized dash Executive Secretariat of Domestic and International Relations, in parentheses, First diamond, EES all cap dash 04 roll, directs
It was
the
05.
05. Yes, yes, as I pass it, I put EES all cap dash 05 roll space directs the E&I diplomatic corps and global relations, oversees the E&I capitalized foreign policy, diplomatic treaties, and international sovereignty, small s, within the IRO, HEM, all cap, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap, global governance. Next diamond, authority, space. Full power over treaty, small t, negotiations, foreign alliances, and global sovereignty, small s, representation. Directs E&I capitalized embassy missions and diplomatic delegations. Next diamond. Reports to, space, IRO, HEM, all cap, / capital H dot, capital E dot, capital M dot. Next diamond. Responsibilities, Next bullet, first bullet, manages E&I capitalized royal embassies, E&I, manages E&I royal embassies, E&I capitalized E&I embassies, E&I capitalized consulates, international alliances, and domestic and foreign trade agreements. Next bullet. Strengthens E&I global presence, alliances, and sovereignty, small s, through diplomatic outreach on all lawful and legal E&I treaties, capital T / treaties, small t. Next bullet, ensures compliance with E&I capitalized laws and rights, international laws, trade agreements, and foreign policy in domestic and foreign territories. Next bullet, overseas, foreign, E&I capitalized embassies, E&I consulates, capital E&I capitalized consulates, treaty, capital T / treaty, small t, ratification, processes, international negotiations, and diplomatic conflict resolution. Note 1, space. Imperial and Imperial ambassadors at large will be domiciled under this executive secretariat, but will answer to capital H dot, capital E dot, capital M dot directly. Number 6, Imperial Secretariat of International Affairs and Governance, in parentheses, E&I capitalized dash. Huh? Okay, correct. Go back. Imperial, number 6, Imperial Secretariat of International Affairs and Internal Affairs. Imperial Secretariat of Internal
There you
Affairs,
go.
yeah, and
You
Governance.
say international. I said,
Yes, I caught it. Yeah,
All right, sis.
gratitude and governance. In parentheses, E&I capitalized dash Executive Secretariat of Civil Administration, Audit, and Inspectorate General. In
I'll read the
parentheses,
whole thing over again.
all right. Imperial Secretariat of Internal Affairs and Governance, in parentheses, E&I capitalized dash Executive Secretariat of Civil Administration, Audit, and Inspectorate General, in parentheses, : First diamond, E&S capitalized dash 06, role, : space, oversees and ensures domestic governance, NAMA, National Civil Services, law enforcement, and policy compliance within the IRO-HEM all cap and ECMYE-IRK all cap structures. Next diamond, authority, : space, full jurisdiction over domestic governance and public administration, sovereign, capital S, state administration, security policies, and local / national governance. Next diamond, reports to, : space, IROHEM, all cap, / capital H dot, capital E dot, capital M dot. Next diamond, responsibilities, : first bullet, manages IROHEM, all cap, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap, internal governance, civil law enforcement, and civil administration processes. Next bullet, oversees sovereign, capital S, state governmental regulatory compliance, executive offices, executive policies, and sovereign, capital S, state matters of concern. Next diamond, implements domestic and national policies, governmental frameworks, and public service programs. Next bullet, ensures compliance with the Bureau of Accountability and sovereign, capital S, compliance, performance audits, and regulatory enforcement of all ministries per E&I capitalized decrees. also ensures compliance with imperial laws and national regulations. Next bullet, oversees the establishing of all sovereign capital S states. I.E. Amuru, Wachita Murs de Dugdemonde dash SS capitalized, his dash Imperial dash Majesty's Royal Post dash SS capitalized, and the Imperial CMYE capitalized, Government for the Republic dash SS capitalized. Number 7, Imperial Secretariat of Communications.
Salam alaikum, Ashwul.
Yes.
Okay, this is where we have a change.
Switch. I thought so, but I yield. Gratitude.
Gratitude, Daniel. I'm your next reader. I'm Yamun Satukji Kefre. Number 7, Imperial Secretariat of Communications and Information, in parentheses, ENI, all caps, Executive Secretariat of National Intelligence, close parentheses.
I'm looking my through. No, I'm can't see.
You can't?
Nope. There you go. Oh, I still can't see chest.
Hold on.
Gotta bring it up, son.
Can you see me now?
Perfect.
Number 7, Imperial Secretariat of Communications and Information, in parentheses, ENI Executive Secretariat of National Intelligence. First diamond, EES, all caps, -07, role, :space, manages national intelligence, media regulation, public media, and communication transparency. Second diamond, :space, oversees strategic communications, digital security, information management, and government transparency. Third diamond, reports to, :space, RROHEM/H.E.M. in all caps. Fourth diamond, responsibilities. First bullet, directs national intel, press, and transparency management. Second bullet, main focus solely on information flow, media regulation, and communications transparency. Third bullet, regulates press, government broadcasts, and media transparency. Fourth bullet, ensures compliance with ENI information laws and national intelligence policies. Last bullet, directs and coordinates with the Imperial Secretariat of Digital Sovereignty and AI Infrastructure, in parentheses, EES, all caps, -15, to ensure synergy between national intelligence, digital communication, and tech operations. Number 8, Imperial Secretariat of Trade, Commerce, and Economic Development, in parentheses, ENI, all caps, Executive Secretariat of Commerce. First diamond, EES, all caps, -08, role, :space, manages domestic and international trade, commerce, and financial growth policies. Second diamond, authority, :space, full oversight of revenue system policies, import/export laws, and market regulations. Third diamond, reports to, :space, ROHEM/H.E.M. in all caps. Fourth diamond, responsibilities. First bullet, strengthens economic expansion through trade agreements and infrastructure projects. Second bullet, regulates national business operations, financial investments, and economic sustainability. Last bullet, oversees ENI bank institutions and foreign economic relations. Number 9, Imperial Secretariat of Strategic Development and Innovation. First diamond, EES, all caps, -09, role, :space, leads national research, national infrastructure development, policy planning, innovation strategy, implementation across departments, and technological advancement with the ROHEM and CMYE-IRK, in all caps, strategic planning. Second diamond, authority, :space, directs and oversees ENI strategic national projects, research institutions, economic transformation, sovereign infrastructure, and innovation policies. Third diamond, reports to, :space, ROHEM/H.E.M. in all caps. Fourth diamond, responsibilities. First bullet, develops long-term national technological driven economic growth strategies, including land restoration efforts and water security strategies, climate policies, national infrastructure planning, and sovereign investment programs, ensuring distinction from fiscal policy directives. Second bullet, regulates energy production, national resource distribution, and environmental protection laws. Third bullet, manages large-scale infrastructure and sovereign development projects. Fourth bullet, ensures alignment between innovation, governance, and economic sovereignty. Last bullet, oversees ENI, all caps, technological innovation centers and sustainability infrastructure initiatives for economic and social stability.
Watch your dashes, all right?
Yeesh. Number 10, Imperial Secretariat of Indigenous and Cultural Affairs, in parentheses, ENI, all caps, Executive Secretariat of Nationalization and Heritage. First diamond, EES, all caps, -10, role, :space, oversees indigenous governance, nationalization, national identity policies, and cultural heritage preservation under the ROHM sovereignty principles. Second diamond, authority, :space, full jurisdiction over nationalization, ENI sovereign land rights, identity protection, sacred archives, and indigenous legal protections. Third diamond, reports to, :space, ROHEM/H.E.M. in all caps. Fourth diamond, responsibilities. First bullet, administer citizenship, national identity laws, and historical heritage programs. Second bullet, aligns autochthon-autonomous laws, ENI treaties, /treaties, T, and ENI, in all caps, sovereignty, s, with the ROHM mandates. Third bullet, manages ENI, in all caps, sovereign land claims, indigenous leadership councils, cultural preservation initiatives, heritage restoration programs that ensures compliance with the national identity policies and indigenous governance models. Last bullet, protects linguistic, cultural, and historical archives of and for the CMYE-IRK and ROHEM, in all caps. Number 11, Imperial Secretariat of Energy and Environmental Affairs, in parentheses, ENI, all caps, Executive Secretariat of Energy and Environment. First diamond, EES, all caps, -11, role, :space, oversees energy production, sustainability programs, and resource management. regulatory and ecological enforcement of environmental laws. Second diamond, authority, space, full control over renewable energy projects, environmental conservation, and infrastructure policies. Third diamond, reports to, space, ROHM / H.E.M. in all caps. Fourth diamond, responsibilities. First bullet, develops climate policies, ENI, all caps, sovereign land restoration efforts, and water security strategies. Second bullet, regulates energy production, natural resource distribution, and environmental protection laws. Third bullet, oversees ENI sustainability initiatives for economic, social stability, and resource management. Number 12, Imperial-Secretariat of Superior Learning, Research, and Innovation, in parentheses, ENI, all caps, Executive Secretariat of Learning. First diamond, EES, all caps, -12, role, space, oversees national education, scientific research, and technological advancement under the ROHM development mandates. Second diamond, authority, space, full jurisdiction over ENI university systems, ENI research hubs, non-diplomatic training, educational policies, and research initiatives. Third diamond, reports to, space, ROHM / H.E.M. in all caps. Fourth diamond, responsibilities. First bullet, aligns Imperial ENI academic institutions with global research and development policies. Second bullet, manages technological advancements, innovation hubs, and knowledge-based infrastructure. Last bullet, oversees NOMA cultural studies, NOMA national knowledge legacy, ENI diplomatic training, and autonomous academic agendas. 13, Imperial Secretariat for his Imperial Majesty's Royal Post. First diamond, EES, all caps, -13, role, space, oversees ENI sovereign communication, ENI lawful and legal documentation, and global diplomatic correspondence. Second diamond, authority, space, full control over international and national postal governance, ENI courier services, and secure document handling. Third diamond, reports to, space, ROHM / HE / H.E.M. in all caps. Fourth diamond, responsibilities. First bullet, ensures secure delivery of ENI official decrees, lawful and legal documents, classified and higher correspondences. Second bullet, oversees ENI sovereign mail systems, consular dispatches, and diplomatic communications. Last bullet, manages ENI post offices and governance of ROHM certified international couriers. Number 14, Imperial Secretariat of Imperial and Imperial Royal Crown and Sovereign Decrees / orders. First diamond, EES, all caps, -14, role, space, oversees ENI Royal Decrees, ENI Royal Orders, Royal Crown Decrees and Orders, and historical autonomous governance archives. Second diamond, authority, space, full oversight over ENI traditions, genealogy, royal and sovereign, both in caps, titles. Third diamond, reports to, space, ROHM / H.E.M. in all caps. Fourth diamond, responsibilities. First bullet, coordinates with the ENI Royal Executive and the Imperial House of Viziers. Second bullet, maintains ENI historical, autochthon-autonomous preservation, lineage, authentication, and ENI noble rights enforcement. Last bullet, ensures alignment with ENI autochthon-autonomous protocols and ENI Royal Executive autochthon-autonomous governance mandates. Read that again. Last bullet, ensures alignment with ENI autochthon-autonomous protocols and ENI Royal Executive autochthon-autonomous governance mandates. Number 15, Imperial-Secretariat of Digital Sovereignty and AI Infrastructure, in parentheses, ENI, all caps, dash Executive Secretariat of Technology and Transformation. First diamond, EES, all caps, dash 15, row, space, oversees the national technological infrastructure, sovereign digital identity systems, AI governance, blockchain registries, digital land title systems, and national cybersecurity frameworks in harmony with the ENI technological mandates of the ROHEM and CMYE-IRK, in all caps. Second diamond, authority, space, holds full control over Imperial and Imperial digital assets, sovereign cloud infrastructure, AI/quantum computing policies, and national cyber-defense architecture, ensures that autochthon-autonomous innovation remains protected from external technological colonialism or foreign data governance regimes. Third bullet, reports to, space, ROHM/H.E.M. in all caps. Fourth diamond, responsibilities. First bullet, designs, develops, and manages the ENI sovereign digital governance platform, including AI-assisted constitutional enforcement, national E-ID systems, and digital land claim registries in accordance with the CMYE-IRK, in all caps. Second bullet, regulates all AI, machine learning, and intelligence systems used within the ROHM and CMYE-IRK, in all caps. Ensures they are aligned with indigenous ethical codes, sovereignty protections, and nominationals cosmology principles. Third bullet, oversees Imperial blockchain ledger systems, in parentheses, EBLS, in all caps, for governance, finance, land titles, ENI diplomatic decree tracking, and verify ENI royal seals. Third bullet, implement secure national cloud and quantum infrastructure under Imperial and Imperial law, ensure full data sovereignty, privacy, and legal immunity from foreign digital surveillance systems. Next bullet, ensures AI governance, national blockchain ledgers, and secure tech ecosystems. Next bullet, directs and coordinates with the Imperial Secretariat of Communications, in parentheses, EES, all caps, -07, to ensure synergy between national intelligence, digital communication, and tech infrastructure. Next bullet, manages ENI smart-tech development zones, autochthon cyber labs, and digital innovation bureaus across all sovereign states, in all caps, in parentheses, SS, in all caps, under the ROHM's, all cap, strategic vision. Next bullet, promotes indigenous-centered tech innovation, open-source sovereignty, and educational initiatives to cultivate normal technologists, engineers, and AI ethicists. Last bullet, ensures sovereign digital identity and all ENI digital policies comply with ENI treaties/treaties, small t, per the ICC-MYE, all caps, ECIRK, all caps, and international digital sovereignty conventions. Note 2, space, IMRS, all cap, means the Imperial Irish Yamashi Recording Service. Number 16, Imperial Secretariat of Housing, Social Welfare, and Sovereign Planning, in parentheses, ENI, all cap, dash Executive Secretariat of Habitat and Welfare. First diamond, EES, all caps, dash 16, row, :space, oversees national housing policy, ENI infrastructure housing programs, social welfare initiatives, and sovereign demographic planning across the ROHM, all caps, and ECMYD-RKR territorial domains. Second diamond, authority, :space, exercises full regulatory and administrative jurisdiction over housing development, public assistance programming, and sovereign demographic planning as it pertains to national and community stability. Third diamond, reports to, :space, ROHM/H.E.M. in all caps. Fourth diamond, responsibilities. First bullet, directs ENI housing infrastructure projects, urban/rural settlement planning, and sovereign land habitation initiatives. Second bullet, manages national social services, indigenous community welfare support, and family stabilization programs aligned with cultural law and Autochthon values. Third bullet, coordinates sustainable autonomous planning, including housing for sovereign states, in parentheses, SS, all caps, national migration policies, and indigenous land zoning frameworks. Third bullet, oversees ENI housing trusts, community living initiatives, and cooperative dwelling schemes under NOMA values and ENI sovereignty principles. Last bullet, ensures all housing and welfare programs are aligned with the ICCMYE, in all caps, and ECRK, in all caps, directives and equitable Autochthon governance. Number 17, Imperial Secretariat of Imperial Mint and Economic Sovereignty, in parentheses, ENI, all caps, dash Executive Secretariat of Imperial Royal Mint. First diamond, EES, all caps, dash 17, row, :space, oversees the Imperial Royal Mint. Second diamond, authority, :space, exercises full regulatory and administrative jurisdiction over minting of NAMA gold sovereign currency and bonds, NAMA sovereignty currency and bonds, NAMA Tashi silver and gold coins, economic standards, and bullion holdings. Third diamond, reports to, :space, ROHM/H.E.M. in all caps. Fourth diamond, responsibilities. First bullet, coordinates with EES, all caps, -02, on monetary policies and economic regulations. Second bullet, to mint, secure, and administer the NAMA sovereign currency and bullion of the ECMYE-RKR, in all caps, in alignment with the NICB, all caps, NGB, all caps, and ES, all caps, -02 policies. Third bullet, implementation of key officers, A, Maku Mint-Master General, in parentheses, MMG, in all caps, who manages operations, asset integrity, and annual mintage under ENI audit. B, Director of Bullion Vault Security, in parentheses, DBVS, all caps, who maintains 24-hour security, encryption access, and physical safeguarding. C, Economic Sovereignty Officer, in parentheses, ESO, all caps, who coordinates the Imperial Royal Mint, in parentheses, ERM, all caps, financial policy and foreign valuation priority. D, Legal Mint Counsel, in parentheses, LMC, all caps, who ensures activities comply with the ENI law, ICCMYE, all caps, and ECRK, all caps, standards, and treaty law. E, securing sovereign location near or on Nungiza, Georgia, sacred geographic site of power, long held under imperial and imperial jurisdiction, fortified and symbolically tied to the Nama nationals, in parentheses, Merurish, Yamashi, Amarok, and Ormac, ancestral domain. Also securing the backup site, space, ENI Treasury Vault, Northern and Maxim District, in parentheses, none-disclosed coordinates. Memoranda of Coordination, in parentheses, MOC. MOC between EES, all caps, -07 and EES, all caps, -15. And matters relating to cybersecurity enforcement, EES, all caps, -07 shall defer to EES, all caps, -15 for technological infrastructure governance while retaining jurisdiction over information security policy enforcement. MOC between EES, all caps, -09 and EES, all caps, -12. EES, all caps, -09 shall direct macro-level innovation and infrastructure development strategy, whereas EES, all caps, -12 shall govern educational frameworks, academic research, and institutional innovation. I now yield to the next reader.
Salam alaikum, Mahasharuf. I am Benu Bahure, and I will be your third reader. MOC between EES-06 and EES-10. Oh, 1 second, my apologies.
Look like he fell off. He lost contact. I'll pick it up.
Can you still hear me?
M. There you go. Where you at?
I had to toggle between devices. I kept hearing my echo. Well, you can't see me.
I can't see you though.
Okay, let me fix that.
Pick up for you till you get back.
Okay.
There you go. MOC, small zero between ES, all cap, -06, all cap, ES-10, ES-06, all cap, shall administer internal civil compliance with sovereign government functions, while ES-10, all cap, shall oversee cultural heritage, indigenous identity, and nominalization frameworks. MOS, small c, small o, between ES-09 all cap, ES-11 all caps, strategic energy infrastructure planning shall originate from ES-09 all cap with ES-11 all cap, enforcing regulatory oversight, environmental stewardship, and execution. Okay, so big news bite, and then your B news bite, so you take over. All right, you ready?
Gratitude, Emperor. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can be seen.
Can you hear me? Can you hear us?
Yes, Protector, you can be
Can
heard.
anyone see me?
See? Can you
No,
hear
not
us?
yet. Can hear
Okay,
you,
you can hear
yes.
me. Gratitude. All right. My apologies. Key responsibilities of the E&I-ES Pa'atak _ whereas the IRO-HEM formulates and implements the organizational and functional operations for the ECMYE-IRKR, oversees the development, formalization, and establishment of state sovereignty, cultural, and diplomatic relations between _ the ECMYE-IRKR and relevant entities in accordance with _ the sovereign Imperial Royal Empire. In parentheses, SER all cap in parentheses. Semicolon. Also, the execution for the good faith performance and restoration of all constructive agreements, equity contracts, claims, and treaties, capital T / treaties, small t. The E&I-ES Pa'atak is responsible for the safeguarding and management of the continuous operational prosperity of the IRO-HEM and ECMYE-IRKR. To achieve this goal, the IRO-HEM / E&I-ES Pa'atak has been delegated the following authorities / powers by H.E.M. Sam Hu, Samson Ray / Sam Hu, Amini Ray, : A, to ensure and oversee the sovereign security and safety of the IRO-HEM and ECMYE-IRKR, B, to oversee the ICMYE, SC small s, and IJA. C, to oversee and manage the NAMA, Imperial, and Imperial financial enterprises. I.E. First diamond. Imperial CMYE Treasury in parentheses ICMYET in parentheses. Next diamond. NAMA International Central Bank in parentheses ICB in parentheses. Next diamond. NAMA Global Bank in parentheses NGB in parentheses. Last diamond. Imperial Bennu Global Financial Institution in parentheses IBGFI in parentheses. Semicolon. D, to oversee the administration and ensure the responsible and sustainable use of all E&I sovereign territories. E, to oversee the protection of all natural resources for the ECMYE-IRKR. F, to oversee and maintain official records of the IRO-HEM and ECMYE-IRKR per the IMYRS. G, to provide access to official records for the benefit of the ECMYE-IRKR. H, to preserve the history of our story. Correction, to preserve the history / our story and culture of the ECMYE-IRKR. I, to oversee the Imperial Guardians in parentheses IG, responsible for the protection of H.E.M. J, to oversee the Imperial Judicial Marshals in parentheses IJM in parentheses for the protection of the ICMYE SC small s and IJA. K, to oversee the Imperial Regional Marshals in parentheses IRM in parentheses and the Imperial Community Marshals ICM in parentheses, who's responsible for the protection of the IRO, HEM, and sovereign states.
You gotta put y'all caps in there, all right?
Okay, gratitude.
Good.
Okay. L, to oversee and collaborate with the Imperial Indigenous Marshals, in parentheses, IIM, all cap, in parentheses, responsible for the protection, peace, and order within the ECMYE-IRKR. M, to oversee and ensure, all cap, gratitude. To oversee and ensure the financial stability of the IRO, HEM, and ECMYE-IRKR, all caps.
There you go.
N, wasn't that bad. N, to oversee the donations and grants from private individuals and organizations. O, to oversee the collection of Imperial and Imperial royalties and fiscal sovereignty. In addition to the powers delegated by H.E.M. all caps, the IRO, HEM, all caps, / E and I-ES, all cap, PAATAK has also the following responsibilities, : P, to evolve and implement the strategies of H.E.M. all caps. Q, to continuously review and adapt to meet the changing evolvement of the IRO, HEM, all cap, and the ECMYE-IRKR's, all cap, social, economic, cultural, and diplomatic presence. R, to identify and implement innovative projects and initiatives to promote the prosperity of the IRO, HEM, and ECMYE-IRKR, all caps. S, to protect and ensure E&I, all caps, security for the IRO, HEM, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap, from threats both domestic and foreign. T, to maintain peace and order within the IRO, HEM, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap, and ensure the safety of the family of His Sovereign Majesty and all NAMA nationals. NAMA, all cap. U, to ensure the smooth and efficient operation of the IRO, HEM, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap. V, to provide essential services to NAMA, all cap, nationals, small n. W, to maintain infrastructure and public services for the evolutionary prosperity of the IRO, HEM, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap. X, to promote economic growth and development within the IRO, HEM, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap. Y, to improve the quality of life for all NAMA, all cap, nationals, small n. Z, to ensure the long-term sustainability of the IRO, HEM, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap. Each E&I, all cap, -ES, all cap, for the E&I-ES, all cap, PAATAK, is divinely mandated and recognized by the IRO, HEM to fulfill, all cap, correction, to fulfill essential dimensions of sovereign governance, also entrusted with executing national laws, policies, and E&I, all cap, autochthon-autonomous sovereign mandates under H.E.M. all cap, directives. Below are the primary sovereign governance functions. The IRO, HEM, all cap, is organized as follows, _, Imperial Royal Executive, first UNC, responsible for the day-to-day operations of the IRO, HEM, all cap. Next UNC, provides leadership and direction to the IRO, HEM, all cap staff. Last UNC, provides leadership and direction to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, in parentheses, MFAIC, all cap, in parentheses, with establishing diplomatic relations, domestic and foreign policies for all sovereign states, in parentheses, SS, all cap, within the ECMYE-IRKR, all cap. Imperial Secretariats, first UNC, provides administrative and logistical support to the IRO-HEM, all cap. Next on, manages the IRO-HEM's, all cap, budget and finances. Imperial Royal Executive, space, first oversees the implementation of the IRO-HEM policies and programs. Next coordinates the activities of the IRO-HEM's, all cap, various departments and agencies for the ECMYE-IRKR Republic, all cap, Republican government, also the Imperial House of Viziers. Imperial-Secretariats, space, first provides advice and counsel to his Imperial Majesty on matters of state. Next oversees the activities of the IRO-HEM, all cap, and other E&I, all cap, institutions, resources. Last provides advice and counsel to his Imperial Majesty on matters relating to the Imperial Indigenous Matriarchal Council, in parentheses, IIMC, all cap, in parentheses, and E&I, all cap, Continental Congress. Governance and policy enforcement, underscore, space, first diamond. Administer E&I, all cap, laws and rights, decrees, orders, and E&I, all cap, constitutional mandates. Next diamond, ensure NAMA, all cap, national, small n, compliance with E&I, all cap, treaties, capital T, and international treaties, capital T. Economic and trade development, underscore, space, first diamond. Manage the Imperial CMYE Treasury, all cap, correction. First diamond, manage the Imperial CMYE, all cap, Treasury. NICB, all cap, IBGFI, all cap, and NAMA, all cap, Global Bank. Next diamond, oversee NAMA, all cap, national, small n, wealth management, trade agreements, and investments. Defense and national security, underscore, space, first diamond. Lead the E&I, all cap, militia / military, intelligence operations, and cybersecurity forces. Next diamond, ensure E&I, all cap, autochthon / autonomous protection and strategic defense planning. Judicial and lawful / legal administration, underscore, space. First diamond, oversee the Imperial CMYE, all cap, Supreme small s Court, in parentheses, ICMYE-SC, small s, in parentheses, the Imperial Judicial Administration, in parentheses, IJA, in parentheses. Next diamond, enforce E&I, all cap, constitutional laws, treaty, capital T, / treaty, small t, rights, and criminal justice. Diplomacy and foreign affairs, underscore, space, first diamond. Manage international relationships, treaties, capital T, and E&I, all cap, Royal Embassy operations. Next diamond, strengthening E&I, all cap, autochthon / autonomous through diplomatic engagement. Education and innovation, underscore, space, first diamond. Establish E&I, all cap, an academic academy, universities, institutions, and research centers. Next diamond, advance STEM, all cap, STEM, autochthon / autonomous knowledge and economic innovation. Cultural and indigenous affairs, underscore, space, first diamond. Preserve NAMA, all cap, Urish, Yamasee heritage, and indigenous governance structures. Next diamond, ensure lawful/legal E&I, all cap, sovereignty, small s, of indigenous identity, land, and traditions, semicolon, and whereas the IRO/H.E.M. all caps, colon space, delegates powers to various offices as well as, quote, sovereign states, end quote, Amuru Washita Moors de Dagdamanya for the Imperial Autochthon-Autonomous Washita Nation, His-Imperial-Majesty's Royal Post, and the Imperial CMYE, all cap, government for the Republic. Semicolon, also, the Imperial Continental Congress, henceforth, underscore, the E&I, all cap, Continental Congress, to ensure the continuous operational prosperity of the ECMYE-IRKR, all cap. The autonomous country and states are structured to govern various functions, including, underscore, E&I, all cap, royalty, E&I, all cap, royal terrestrial, rights, territorial rights, NAMA, all cap, E&I, dash financial enterprise, E&I, all cap, dash financial enterprise, E&I, all cap, security, IJA, all cap, and ICMYE, SC, small s, all cap. The E&I-ES, all cap, Pa'atak, for the IRO-HEM, all cap, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap, are executed, underscore, in accordance with all historical treaties, capital T/treaties, small t, international and Vienna conventions, ensuring lawful, legal, administrative, E&I, all cap, constitutional, and treaty, capital T, enforcement under the IRO-HEM, all cap, and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap, semicolon.
The E&I, all cap, dash constitution.
I missed that dash. Gratitude.
Yeah, all right. You roll it. Come on.
Right. And whereas, in accordance with, underscore, the latitude and longitude jurisdiction of the Autochthon-Autonomous Imperial Royal House of Tunica-Thunderfire, and underscore, Imperial Royal House of Samson L-Samhure, the underscore active and in quote force, IRO-HEM and ECMYE-IRKR, all cap, via latitude and longitude for the D. Bourbon Estate, footnote 3. The Bourbon Estate, also known as Empire International Estate of the Bourbon Habsburg Empire, which underscore includes the Netherlands at 52.1326 north, 5.2913 east, Western Europe, at France at 46.58284 north, 3.057 east, and 46.2022 north, 1.2644 east. Belgium at 50.539 north, 4.4699 east. Luxembourg at 49.8153 north, 6.1296 east. Greece at 37.110195 north, 25.06 8.372281 east. Switzerland at 46.8182 north, 8 to 8.2275 east, and underscore 47.4626 north, 8.1861 east. Germany at 51.1657 north, 10.4515 east, and underscore 52.0942532 north, 13.131269 west. Italy at 41.8719 north, 12.5674 east. Sicily, Italy at 37.6000 north, 14.0154 east. Naples, Sardinia, Italy at 40.1209 north, 9.0129 east. Spain at 40.4637 north, 37492 east. Portugal at 81.7948 east. Correction. Portugal at 39.3999 north, 8.2245 west. Most underscore of North America at Washington, D.C., 38 degrees 53. 52.64, 52 north, 77 degrees 2, 11.6160 west. Florida, USA at 27.994402, negative 81.760254, and 26.1420 north, 81.7948 east. Arizona, USA at 34.800272 north, 111.843567 west. California, USA at 36.256845 north, 117.100632 east. Caribbean at Gulf of Mexico, 26.763177 north, 89.117768 west. Cuba at 21.4691 north, 78.6569 west. In addition, underscore to Central and South America at Amazon Rainforest, Brazil at 8.7832 south, 55.4915 west. Peru at 14.701505 south, 75.167043 west. And underscore all.
He's got good eyes, because I would have that thing made a little bigger. I'm like, somebody help him. Make it a little bigger for him.
Yeah, let me see
I'm
if I
over here
can.
struggling with you.
Got you.
You
I'll read it off for you.
I'm reading it on my
no, he
screen.
good. He just need to
Okay.
make the screen a little bigger.
Yeah, I got it on my screen, Emperor.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I couldn't follow that.
All right. I know, right?
All right. Let me go back to Peru. Peru at 14.701515 south, 75 .167043 west, and underscore all North American west of the British Royal Proclamation line, effective year 1763, correction. Imperial demarcation line, effective year 1713, including underscore Republic of Egypt at 29.977836 north, 31.131649 east. Amuru Uashaktan Moors de Dagdamania, DBA, USSR, in parentheses, Soviet Union, at 54.5260 north, 105.2551 north.
That
Kingdom
would be
of
1 degrees north. That's 0 degrees there. You said
where you at?
when you said 105.2551 degrees north, that's 0 degrees.
I'm leaving out the degrees, aren't I?
Yeah. That'll be all right. Come on.
Ready? Okay. Kingdom of Morocco, Africa at 31.7917 degrees north, 7.0926 degrees west. Republic of Congo at 0.2280 degrees south, 15.8277 degrees east. Democratic Republic of Congo at 4.0383 degrees south, 21.7587 degrees east. Jericho, in parentheses, INRI -I Naga rule is -Re-L in parentheses at 31.8661 degrees north, 35.4431 degrees east, and underscore Jerusalem, parentheses, INRI all cap -I Naga rule is -Re-L in parentheses at 31.7683 degrees north, 35.2137 degrees east for H.E.M. all caps droid semicolon ish full colon. If in parentheses, emphasis added and updated colon space Wednesday 9 April 2025, quote, retroactive to Monday 22 January 2024 to Wednesday 18 July 2007 /CMYE all cap end quote in parentheses smiley face.
All right, hold there. Go back up. All right, so you're gonna have people asking questions. No. I ain't ask you to go that far up. You're gonna have people asking questions about the decrees down here, and all these longitude latitudes and the property that's under the crown. Okay, the Bourbon State speaks for itself. Okay, the North America, that was the 1787 ordinance that's on our venue now. The Floridas is Cuba, Haiti, all of them under the Floridas, under Washington. Goes back to Yucatan. Okay, so all these coordinates coincide with something dealing within our venue. When you say the Washington mirror, Muru Washington mirror did that remind you because that was ancient land, or Muru, all of Russia, all that top end up there. So that's why that's on our venue. You got Republic of Egypt, that's going back to Toph and New Giza, which came up to identify where we're at, and me as who I am, Khufu the Emperor. That last appellation I had before I moved up to where I'm at now. Republic of Congo and the Democratic Republic of Congo is on my head right here. the last king of Congo, Don, handmade this crown that's on my head. So this is the crown of Congo of the world that was made by the only crown in the world made by the king of Congo. Okay, then you got Jericho, INRI, called it the Royal Cross that appeared to me out of nowhere. And that's where they said I will appear in Jericho and Jerusalem. So that's why you see that's under our menu now. Okay, so that should identify everything we got up there, right?
Right.
You got all the Caribbean, you know, you got everything. Arizona went to Washita, California, same thing. DC is DC longitude latitude is White House. The treaty room with the their house sits on top of the Moorish history. Accordingly, you go into the Declaration Decree online and you go back in the back, see proof that document came directly out of the archives under the White House. So that's what the Archbishop and Empress Bertiosi did when they got the records. They go back and claim her family right of the De Bourbon estate, okay? So all of that, y'all got that straight now? For everybody who
Yes, that really filled in some blanks for myself. I yield.
plays for you, buddy, I'm doing good, right?
Can I say, bro?
So we got that straight now, we good? I can go ahead and come off.
Good.
All right, cool. All right, so thanks.
All right. Including the inherit underscore Washita Parish at 32.593 degrees north, 92.1193 degrees west of the part and parcel, hereditary, capital area, quote, Washita proper of 68,888 plus acres, returned by underscore the state of Louisiana, in parentheses, land grant number 923/1991, in parentheses, end quote, and underscore, quote, the neutral strip of the Washita Terra, consisting of some 2,961,983.5 acres of our ancient/current lands, plus the Floridas, end quote.
That's what, hold on a minute. That's what I
Mhm.
was saying when I go to the Floridas. See, they think just Florida. No, the Floridas under the Washita and France and Spain, that consists of Haiti, Dominican Republic, Cuba, all that was part of Florida. It was all part of the Washita deducted among your landmass. Like I said, all the Caribbean is under your house. When France and Spain took over in 1713, when they said they became the protectorates, remember, they said they became the protectorates over the what? Washita what? Sovereignty and what? Imperial land rights. Okay? And so once they became the protectorates, you haven't seen a imperial since then until the empress came and did what she did and brought it back out. But you haven't heard imperial since 1713 because of Spain and France became the protectorates. Okay. So once I came back and became the protector, so now all that jurisdiction venue, just majestus, okay? Just, you know what I'm saying? Julius, majestus, all that, them titles, that's where that come from because all that land is back under our crown. Started giving out. So when you say plus the Florida, people think it's just Florida. No, you talking about the whole area, Alabama, all that. See what I'm saying? All that is under the Washita Bend. Then when you get on the other side, you got who? Yamashi or Yamoshi, you feel me? Where you get the Seminoles from. Some of those come from Yamasee. So who was the mother? Yamasee. That was when they say when they had the war and they said they running across the river, they ain't see nothing but their black feet, you feel me? And they moved on down through the south, started in the tribes and became Seminoles. But that come out of Yamasee. We went got the original name, Yamoshi. We put the she on the back. Why? Because the United States said they copyrighted Yamasee. They got a town in South Carolina called, they said Yamasee. So if you're a sovereign state, you can't come and claim something that another state has copyrighted already, whether they're a democracy or de facto or whatever, you feel me? So we came had to reshape. So when they say Native American, we came and said, well, we American natives, see? So we come before the Native Americans. It's not a given. So that's how you take our story back. When we say his story, well, that's his story. Then we got / our dash story. So we got facts. It's our damn story. They can't come here. How can the victor write your story? They always gonna make you look. They always gonna make them look. You look submissive to them when they write your own damn story. You got to write your own stuff. Now you got the authority in the records, and you can write everything you want. You feel me? The way it's supposed to be, not changing as you go for a certain race of people to keep control over the masses to claim they got some authority over the land, and they don't own nothing. It's going back to Dale Carnegie and them back in the 20s when they said, what, own nothing, because they don't own nothing, control everything. So they control it through that, like you said in DC right now. I need to go no farther,
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
You see? Democracy, you feel me? Because they don't own nothing. And they contract their contracts through the citizen with the Social Security Administration. That's the contract. They can't claim the land or nothing. But since they control the land through what? Threat, duress, coercion, and fear, right? And military, that's why they doing whatever they're doing. But you know, in this day and time, that the rule is still under the legal codes when you got a true sovereign. They got a democracy, so they control the Pentagon military. And the Pentagon military say they'll support the suits as long as they sue, as long as they're not outside the Constitution. Where you in that area where that's being tested like it ain't never been tested before. And so you ain't got no keep breathing, you're gonna see the result, right?
Right.
So because it ain't gonna stop. It's not, it gotta go forward. And once it's already in motion, you gotta see the end. So whatever's going on, with whether a third term or want to be a dictator or whatever, all that's gonna play out in your lifetime in the next couple months. Because that's all they can do on the democracy side. They have, as you come in, you under the legal code going all about Abraham Lincoln, the last Republican president. That's on record. The rest of them, whether you like them or not, don't make me no different. They have been fraudsters against your birth record contract. Take it or leave it alone, right?
Right. Totally
And
up to you.
have never gave you full disclosure. This boy there now, he flipping the system because of what? They've been, what are they, a Democrat, Republican? They've been ripping you off since the 60s. So I don't care who was sitting in office. All of them got rich. All of inside trade, everything. See, but that's what the privilege was that came with the contract. See, the privileges of the contract was the officials who took the oath of office. They messed up when they let it get into this their population and their families and everything. That's why it all messed. That's why it's democracy. That's why you got an oligarch. That's why I told y'all in y'all documents in the Imperial Note 15, it's ran like a what? Oligarch. You have to. They ain't got no constitutional authority. Wait, well, if you got constitutional authority, well, you should be writing the bills off your constitution then, shouldn't you? You writing the bills off your citizens. So where your power, where your authority at then? You ain't got no authority in the Constitution. That's why you see it's been pushed to the limit because of what? There ain't no structure in it. You ain't got no wealth. If you got a Constitution that ain't got no venue, like I've been saying over and over again, it ain't worth a Constitution. So now you saying the whole country got a Constitution that ain't got no venue in it, and they're running it through the 3 degrees that they took from the original, the small U, and brought it over to the 1871 with the yellow French flag. Now they running under. You feel me? because
Right.
they don't have no true sovereignty. So they control the UN based on the goal of the Moors that I got control of now. So that's why they got to return the goal, because they can't even enter the international arena full blast. That's why they accept the international arena in the Hague, because they ain't paid the Moors back the gold. Or the Moor, me. That's why I'm going to get it. So they see, so that shows you right there they're not a de jure. So they're de facto. So now you see the de facto, you see the de facto court, de facto administration, de facto Congress, and what they doing. Now he comes in and say, what? Well, fuck it then. I'm the chief executive, chief lawyer, chief every motherfucking thing. What you gonna do? And you see what they do. They ran the fuck away then. I said he done came in and poked everybody. Because he seen what they was missing all them years. Because you, like you said, if you're the executive, okay, you got 3 levels of branches, yeah, but you still the executive. You got the judicial, which I told y'all before. I said y'all messed up. Why? Because you allowed all the attorneys to come in and take over the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. It ain't got nothing to do with this. Because everybody in Congress is part of the bar. See what I'm saying? Everybody, all of them part of the bar. So it's a bar thing. And now you got the executive who ain't no bar member. And you got a lot of cats working under him who didn't go through the bar school. And they having all kind of problems going on there. Because the boss said they got to run this way to keep the American president in the world and dominance. And now they come in and say, no, we're going to shake it all up because we can do it this way. We ain't got to be a part of your ball. Or what they call it, the deep state. You feel me? You like that name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't look at it like that. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
He's not a part of the bar.
Not part of the bar now. You see all the confusion going on. You ain't part of that bar, right?
Mm-hmm. He
Right.
don't understand. He don't get it.
Huh?
I say right because he doesn't get it. He doesn't see what they see. He doesn't see it the way they do.
But no, you got to understand the structure. What I mean by the attorneys, okay? Well, the attorneys, who they run around every day and say they're lawyers, which is against the law. Because they're not practicing law, they're practicing color of law. Because they don't have a de jure sovereign. So he's trying to establish himself by breaking everything and going against the grain so that he can become a monarch. But he can't under that system. When they say they're gonna come in and rewrite the Constitution, okay, where you gonna get the equity from? You can't rewrite that Constitution because you got a 36 trillion debt that you get rid of 5 trillion more on, which is gonna be $40 trillion in debt in the next 10 years. You ain't gonna, you're not gonna no way, form, or fashion gonna run the whole world with that much debt. You just can't. Where your de jure at? Where is the sovereign of the land at? You write it off. All this debt is based off birth record contract. That's birth on your contract you got with them. That's all this 36 trillion debt. Ain't shit on the land. They go pump oil out of the land and sell it overseas, this and that, but they don't understand the sovereignty of the land. The sovereignty of the gold you hold. You can write off debt. You can write off any damn thing like we doing as we move. Because they ain't got no equity on the Constitution. So this whole system, I tell you, the whole system is doomed to fail. Because the way they structured it. You see what we did, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, with my authority, I'm able to go back to 1787, 17 September. See, I only need the 7 articles. I don't need the rest of that crap that they did in the amendments all the states did to get under that Constitution. That's why you see on their seals and all of them, they got 1776, but their laws is regulated up to 1871. So they want to trace their sovereignty, USA small u, back to 1776. Then they get up to the slash, see what I'm saying, USA all cap after 1871. You got a yellow friendly flag. You see? We all right?
Right.
So if they had gold or whatever stashing in the venue or the equity of the Constitution, the United States been around 200 damn years. If you had that gold that long, boy, you right off any damn thing. Shit, we shouldn't have to pay no insurance. We shouldn't have to pay no college. We shouldn't have no damn student loan debt, all that shit. That's showing you ain't got no equity. That's what creates these type of dictators, because they ain't got no sovereignty on nothing. It's all about wealth. He's only thing he's offered everybody is what? Money. We're gonna be so rich. So much millions gonna be coming in. We're gonna be, but he ain't giving no salvation on nothing, no structure, nothing. Just we gonna make you rich. We gonna make you. That's I mean, have you been saying that shit since I've been breathing? You know, it ain't nothing but bull. Ain't got no sovereignty in none of it. No structure, nothing. But you're gonna have to play it out because you ain't got no say so, because you're a non-Gregorian citizen in that contract, all cap name. You can bitch, piss, shit, whatever, picket, whatever. Doesn't make no difference to the authorities because of what? They see you as a what? A non-Gregorian citizen, a corporation. They allow you to get some civil rights, you know what I'm saying? But they can't give you no human rights because there's a democracy. So they got a human contract, but a corporation are operating, and then the human becomes a doing business as they go out and get an LLC, a trust, and everything to work out of. When they got a brokerage contract, they can work out of if they was on top the right way.
They don't
Just like manipulation of the system, they want to control the people because they control the contract. They don't give you full disclosure. So we used to call it food school. When they said they were closing up, I said it's food school in a damn way. You're like, what are you closing school? It's food school. You shit. I mean, come on. If you have a country, you should be teaching your 5-year-olds coding. You feel me? It should be mandatory. But they teach you A, B, C, D, E. You feel me? You know, and then they see the bright ones who got genealogy in them that's a little intelligent, you know, and then bring them up and make them special. And then all the rest of the kids, I try to follow and catch them. You should have all the kids on the same damn level. You feel me? So that's where you get all this stereotype from. But it's been going on so long, it's like a runaway train now. And now they understand about their financing and how all the terrorists can cut their 401s out and all that crap out there. You should have been knowing that. But see, ignorance of the law, no excuse, right?
Right.
So now it's your turn. You got your game. So you showing how your sovereignty and your authority exceeds the United States authority. And you got jurisdiction on the military. That's inside your house. They don't go outside your house because they don't need to know. They ain't inside your house, right? But you want the protection of every damn thing. The whole military sign your ass in. You feel me? That's why we say to guard all this and that. People don't understand what's going on. And they ain't supposed to be if they ain't on our ship. Right. You got something jumped on, you got a little bit ran out of stock. Trying to sink me. They sunk their damn self, right?
Every time.
It's a live ship. They ain't know nothing. They came and got a little bit. That's that. Want to be a great somebody and can't get the Social Security out your damn business. You feel me? Got a bank account, Social Security card in your pocket. Want to be some great guy, you know. But I still own by the queen or the king now. You feel me? All that bullshit. And so y'all see what that's happening because you understand what you get ready to read here. There's certain treaties in effect. The current one up there in DC is attempting to get away from something like the Social Security Administration. You got to. Why? That's attached to a foreign entity. Okay, the IRS. Okay, well that's attached to a foreign entity based on contract between the United States, France, Spain, and America. Now America going rogue, so now France, Spain, and Britain they're looking at the houses, the royal houses looking at. Well, they're a democracy. They never accepted anything, so if they're gonna back out of what we did with them, they should have seen that coming because they don't have no true sovereignty. They're a democracy. So you create security agreements. You don't create treaties. They play that role with mind trick. You know, they create security agreements. There's not no treaties. If they want an Iran deal to go, they would have signed a damn treaty. But they had signed a security agreement, which he came in last time in council. See, security agreement. It's on contract. That's what democracy, right? They say orders. Then he read out on people say he write a decree, trying to give him that monarch authority, but it's all in the words that people don't understand. You feel me? He don't write no damn decree, write an order. That's all the executive power he had from the Constitution. If he go outside the Constitution, not recognized. That's why you see on his, whether he see a degree or not, he says order. And the order is not a damn decree, okay? You see, so you seeing these treaties you under, they can't get outside of you. That's why you got Washington, George Washington. See that cat? The cat's don't leave you alone, that one, right? See, you go all the way back where they've been hiding your sovereignty, your wisdom, your imperial land rights. See, come on, man, you talking about, listen, let's say it one more time. The monarchy of Spain and the monarchy of France, when the United States didn't even exist, 1713, you feel me? And who had this land over here? The empress. Saint Sayed okay? Maria, the Washington Empress, right? So once they conquered Washington, after the Quebec War and all that stuff was going on, and they conquered them, poisoned the water and everything, they couldn't steal the land. Think about it. They say they became the protectorates over the imperial land rights, right?
Mm-hmm.
The imperial land rights, what? And sovereignty of who? The Washington Mirrors, the monument. I just want to pick it up where it originally was. Because you got other people try to change it, like even Crown Prince Grand Bay, United Washington, he brought it in. The Empress came in, when she came in, she said Empire Washington. You feel me? But it wasn't the Washington part, it was the what? The monument. That's the main part. See? So then they added that front in. So as I came in as Crown Prince, I just made it what? A Muru. And then we not Washita, we Washita with the, you know what I'm saying? She had SHI, we she SI. See? So with the authority I had, the Declaration of Washington Moore sovereignty, I own the house. So that's why I pulled it over here. And that's why it's in your declaration. Because when she wrote the Washington Moore sovereignty back in 91, 92, that clarified a whole lot. But she came from a venue that you in now, they couldn't even think of back then. See, because you in a foreign national in your own country status. We created that. So they didn't have no fault on that. It was all about the Moors and the black and white handshake. We come together since we on land living together, okay? Well, you done stepped that firm. We done stepped way outside of that zone. Because you got your own land. It's already verified. You recognize, I'm recognized as His Majesty on the world scene. As we emerge, it's going to change to what? All cap H.E.M. You feel me? Because I'm Imperial man. I'm over His Majesty. You got a lot of them out there. You got she a queen, she a Her Majesty. And they a king, His Majesty. Because I come in and heard what? The E, the Imperial. And then I ain't heard what? The I from who? The Emperor. See? So that's why you got Imperial and Imperial under our titles, under my title, because I came to claim both of them in a lifetime. You feel me? So as they get hold of our story, they're like, damn, what this boy done did? What this man done did? Beyond your comprehension, what I've done. You're reading it right now. So as you going, the main treaty you stepping on is the treaty of peace friendship, of course, with the Emperor going by his seal. But then you got to look at the other side of the E that you get ready to read with Oshita Paris. All this dealing with the E. All this Imperial. You feel me? When you get down to the Bari treaties, well, that's dealing with the Treaty of Peace Friendship. That's all that's in there. All the rest of it is dealing with who? Washington. That's why I put it in there, because everybody keep missing that part. So I had to make sure I reminded them with with the Bam Bam back on Fairy Fairstone, his son's Bam Bam with the back, the big old back, you gotta come get the big bat out, because they keep trying to run from these treaties that got land value. Everything is under the treaty. The fake Lewis and Clark sale buying of this, that's all fake. You got the authority to show it's all fake, because they only bought barriers. They ain't buy no damn land. We see, through education, they taught that they bought the Louisiana Purchase to the biggest lie you ever heard. Instead of telling you the facts. So instead of telling you the facts now, they want to go take all of the so-called African American history out of all the books, out of all the schools, trying to wipe you out because if you chase your history back, you own the damn land. So for them to be one become a monarch in a white or Caucasian dictatorship, you feel me? You know, what they attempt to do now, you feel me? They don't own shit. They control everything. They don't own shit. So to be able to get owner, they got to get you out of the system. So they're trying to wipe you out of history. Attempt to anyway. And you know, you don't see the big argument with the churches and stuff. They talking about it inside the church. I know damn well here, but that's inside the church, which
Right.
they had to get permission from the government to be able to preach the word of God. So they can't be grabbing the so-called divine individuals because they had to get authority from the office within the president, the IRS, to be able to do what? Become pastor. Because under that contract they agreed to from England, they will only get their 3 titles of nobility is what? Pastor, attorney, and what? Doctor, MD. That's all the titles they had. They had no other titles. That's it. That's why you don't see no princes over here, no all that stuff. No, the titles is the doctor, you see them MDs, the attorneys who they keep claiming they're lawyer, they ain't. You know, they just color law. They ain't got no damn law in their own land. How you have law in your own land? And you writing everything on somebody's contract. And you commit fraud against that person because you ain't telling them about the contract, you finna send them to jail on. They got millions of dollars in the damn contract.
Right.
So I'm saying, what's up? What's up?
The other what?
Attorney, doc. I just told you what's up.
Attorney, doctor, and the preacher.
Right.
Or pastor. Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Think what they call
That's
it.
all the title they gave you.
Yeah.
That'll make woke you up now, right?
I'm up.
Say heavy full moon, right? Because you bring that energy in the full moon, so that's just gonna circulate. You feel me? Because you gotta know. So come on, let me yield right quick. I'll be going another hour. But anyway, come on.
Gratitude. Okay.
But that got to be added into the original reading because people read this, they have no clue of all these damn trees like that. Damn, but you had to give them a little juice, like Ouachita Parish. They don't understand is that covers Ouachita all the way up in Arkansas. Ouachita Lake and all that covers all of that.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So all that's covered under that Ouachita. So that's why they don't say Ouachita anymore. They say Ouachita now. But that's a what? You part and parcel that so that's land under your venue.
Right.
Trying to get me?
Gotcha.
Ouachita, you got Ouachita River out there in Arkansas, which is what? 1206 water. It's constantly 1206 water. So 1206 is 12, hydrogen 6 oxygen, right?
Right.
See, so then you say H2O. You got 2 oxygen, you got no hydrogen. But they got that in all the tea, beer, and everything. So you just drinking it, flush right out your damn system. Your system, you ain't feeding your cells. That's why you see people drying up, because the cells is not getting the proper water coming in it because everything they do is make H2O. When your system is set what? 1206. And that's natural in Ouachita River Lake. That's why they used to call it you go down there and heal yourself. Go down there healing with the hot baths and stuff. Roosevelt and all them used to go down there and sit in the water to heal. Interesting, right?
Right.
Also, there's one of the Ouachita mirrors strongholds.
Okay.
That they had. That's where they used to go out the water to heal. Because of the water. Interesting, right?
Did not know that one.
Keep going, all right? You ready? Come on, let's roll.
Okay. All right. Including _ treaty rights, capital T, for the Imperial Royal Red Flag, quote, nunc pro tunc, _2, Guadalupe, Hidalgo, correction, Treaty Land Claims Act, effective year 1997, _2, Treaty of September 16, 1836, Effective date, 28 January, 1837.
Oh, right
Two.
there.
Okay.
Okay, so when you going through y'all reading and y'all say capital T treaty and small t treaty, that's where it comes from. That's where the small t comes from, okay?
It came
When
from
y'all
that.
see, that's
Okay.
where it comes from. Because it's the same treaty of peace and friendship. So when they took the 50-year one out of that treaty of peace and friendship, see, Treaty of September 1836, it didn't go into effect until 28 January 1837. So now it's considered what? The Treaty of September 16th, 1836. So you got people out there saying treaty of peace friendship, treaty of peace friendship. Well, it's not that treaty no more, unless you got authority to go back and attach yourself like I did to the emperor. If you can't attach yourself to the emperor, well, you got to come under this treaty of September 16th here, because they don't moved on. You starting to get it. You don't have the 50-year window no more. That makes sense to you.
Makes sense.
You notice right after that, the 1837, right? What happened? See, it took the 50-year one out. What, America went off, didn't she? She tried to steal your land, everything.
Right.
Civil War and all that. That's where that comes. Look what happened though. Right after the treaty, and they took the 50-year one out, right? And then they did what? They took France became overseer. Remember, they had France flag on Moroccan flag, so the United States can do what? Can be revolution, free itself. Next thing you know, you got a civil war, right?
Right.
Next thing more, you got
Right.
look at that, 1837, 1871. How many years? 30 plus years, right?
Right.
So within 30 years of that treaty, you see what happened. The United States was what democracy. See, 1871. See, right after they got outside that treaty. Everybody missed that part, right? The Adam
No,
Orange Treaty, that's the treaty when they got the right to make you a citizen in the United States. But come on, we can keep going. That's under Declaration sovereignty, Watchdog Moral sovereignty that Empress wrote. So come on.
Okay. 2 underscore Adam-Onus Treaty, capital T, of 1819. 2 underscore capital T Treaties of San Ildefonso, Spain. Effective years, dash parentheses secret, in parentheses 1762, 1763, 1795, and 1800 plus. 2 underscore Pinckney Treaty, capital T, effective year 1795. 2 underscore treaties, capital T of Paris, effective years 1783 and 1763. 2 Barbary treaties, capital T, effective year 1786, space 1797. In parentheses, Treaty of Algeria, capital T, dash 1795. Treaty of Tripoli, space 1797. Treaty of Tunis, dash 1797. Marrakesh Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Effective dates, 18 July, 1787, via 23 June, 1786. Space 25. Shaban, A.H. all cap, 1200 in parentheses. 2 underscore Imperial demarcation line, effective year 1713, end quote. In accordance with underscore, but not limited to, the good faith performance, accompanying obligations, and treaties for the quote, Imperial Al-Moroccan Empire for Maghrib, Al-Aqsa of the ancient Empire Al-Morocco for the country of United States, small s, in Morocco at North America /Amexem, semicolon, the President of the General United States Government, parentheses, Article 2, subsection 3, in parentheses, Republican form of government, Article 4, in parentheses, Article 4, subsection 4, in parentheses, 5, U.S.C, all caps, subsection 1501, in parentheses, 1. Effective date, 4 March 1789, semicolon, also within the family of nations, in parentheses, law of nations / family of nations, Article 1, subsection 8, clause 10, in parentheses, end quote, is exercising underscore plenary civil power upon the land, USA, small u, the IRO HEM, all cap, underscore pursuant to and in accordance with Article 15 of the Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties. Hereinafter, underscore, will negotiate all disputed territories between points to offer a conduit through which to secure amicable relationships with the United States, United Nations states, world governments, and sovereign states in areas of culture, diplomacy, political, and social cooperation, domestic and international trade, also mutual defense of sovereign territories in this present day and time, semicolon, and whereas the de jure / IRO HEM and all cap and de jure / ECMYE-IRKR all cap henceforward is underscore full and parcel with the General United States of America / Republican form of government, in parentheses, Article 4, subsection 4, 5 U.S.C, all caps, subsection 1501, parentheses 1, including underscore Article 2, subsection 3, known as the United States of America, in parentheses major, underscore in accordance with the family of nations, in parentheses law of nations dash number :space 208/1992, and underscore family of nations dash number :space 215//1993, pursuant to underscore Article 1, subsection 8, clause 10, in parentheses, semicolon, also in accordance with underscore all the emperor's directives and historical treaties, small t, dating back to the beginning of recorded history, / our story, as recorded in the stones of Ushaktan, just off the Yucatan Peninsula, and underscore into the future in perpetuity ad infinitum, semicolon, and
Washington.
Washington.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Whereas H.E.M. all cap, :space, and all NAMA underscore all cap / Nibirians dash Amuru Washita Moors de Dugdemania.
Mirrors.
Say that again.
MUURS mirrors.
Mears de Dugdemania dash Mirurish Yamashi American natives dash Olmec Moroccans / Olmec Kingdom nationals underscore small n dash American state citizens / Moroccan dash Americans for underscore Al Maghreb Al Aqsa of the ancient empire Morocco dash empire the Al Morocco for the country of United States dash state small s in Morocco at North America, end of underscore. Pledge an oath to defend the organic Imperial Constitution for the Imperial Royal Kingdom via the Imperial Constitution of the Continental Mirurish Yamashi Empire and the original organic Amexian territories / original land of Mulan, in parentheses ancient land of Al Morak / Morocco and Ushaktan de Dugdemania, in parentheses the soil / land of the oldest independent autonomous autochthon kingdom / nation on earth. Also underscore we pledge an oath to defend the Constitution for underscore United States small u of America, USA small u, of our brethren within the United States and allies, semicolon, and whereas the IRO HEM all cap through sovereign small s authority, diplomacy, treaty small t / treaties capital T, and relationships You said something, Emperor?
I
Okay. To
put on mute.
implement decisions with all world governments, United Nations states, and sovereign states, space administratively, both lawfully and legally, will help protect our sovereignty, small s, and protect our key interests and defend our values. This will also help the IRO-HEM all cap to develop the mutual standing we need to resolve differences and form terms of agreement so that we can combine our energies for common good. The IRO-HEM all cap pursuant to the systematized and tactical policies for the IRO-HEM all cap and ECMYE-IRKR all cap, as stated above, shall provide the catalyst to construct, establish, strengthen, deepen, and broaden harmonious alliances. The IRO-HEM intentions, all cap, intentions are to build amity, commerce, and navigation with all world governments, United Nations states, and sovereign states. It shall be also, as stated above, the overarching objective for the contracts, constructive /security agreements, Imperial Royal Trust, NAMA all cap, NASDAQ Foundation, and the ECMYE-IRKR all cap treaties, small t, of amity, commerce, and navigation to secure, acquire, and foster cooperation with all world governments, United Nations states, and sovereign states in developing mutually beneficial economic, cultural, and scientific relationships for the ECMYE-IRKR, all cap. The IRO-HEM, all cap, henceforth, have designated all sovereign authority for the United States of America, in parentheses major, effective dates for March 1789, pursuant to the Republican form of government / President of the General National United States Government, in parentheses, Article 1, subsection 3, in parentheses, under the IRO-HEM all cap de jure original sovereign small s territory, also in harmony with the tactical and systematized policy for the IRO-HEM all cap, which moves the cruise ship /ocean liner /aircraft carrier forward as the verified and accredited properly formed and operational Republican government for the U.S. small u /USA all cap in the evolving with good faith performance, accompanying obligations and treaties small t, in harmony with the United States, United Nations, and United Nations Security Council, world governments, and sovereign states, which again will provide the catalyst to construct, establish, deepen, strengthen, and broaden harmonious alliances. The IRO-HEM henceforth have also defined the United States of America, in parentheses minor, in parentheses, as a vassal state under the ECMYE-IRKR all cap, quote, oldest independent autonomous autochthon kingdom /nation on earth, end quote, pursuant to the aegis of the Treaty of Berne and Constitution of the Universal Postal Union, effective dates 9 October 1874 and 30 September 2003, Treaty of September 16, 1836, small t, effective date 28 January 1837, quote, retroactive to 23 June 1786, end quote. The Constitution for the United States of America, small u, effective date 17 September 1787, treaties of Utrecht, effective year 1713, and the United Nations, effective date 24 October 1945, underscore assuring their highest underscore diplomacy and implementation will be in the underscore assisting of the ENI-EM all cap and the ENI-ES all cap PAATA for the IRO, HEM, and the ECMYE-IRKR all cap, semicolon, and whereas the IRO, HEM, all cap on the matter, in parentheses, S matters of judicial correction, jurisdictional contracts, definitions of status, and any assumed authority of the United States, United Nations and United Nations Security Council, world governments, or sovereign states to adjudicate over any autonomous-autochthon NAMA all cap national small n within the ECMYE-IRKR all cap territories on earth now lies solely within the lawful and legal authority of the IRO-HEM all cap. The IRO-HEM all cap know that all visible matter and invisible waves in the world can be reduced to vibrating energy. We have laws for everything. Space, civil and criminal to conduct human behavior. Laws of physics describing the forces which regulate the universe. Laws of alchemy, biology, chemistry, quantum physics, and all other laws. We are ancient, noble natives on earth, and one of our intentions is creating the awareness of the truth of our people that has eluded the world for the last 430 years plus underscore. I, H.E.M. all cap, space, am only here fulfilling the E and I all cap laws, not here to destroy the law, all cap, in parentheses, land, air, water, and fire, in parentheses, exclamation point 3 times. One of the H.E.M. all cap, space duties is to ensure all E and I all cap laws are being honored and respected as we finish laying the foundation of the IRO, HEM, and the ECMYE-IRKR all cap. The IRO, HEM all cap welcome all the inhabitants of the world to join us in ushering in a new era of H.E.M. all cap, space, Samhu, Samson Ray, / Samhu, a mini Ray, quote, a Deloyi, end quote, droid droid, semicolon, and whereas by divine royal proclamation and ancestral decree, this ENI-ES, all cap, Paata, structure is acknowledged as the lawful sovereign Paata for the IRO-HEM and has been formally inscribed within the E&I all cap royal annals of the ECMYE-IRKR all cap per the IMYRS all cap for perpetual invocation. This E&I-ES all cap Pa'atak structure also reflects the lawful evolution of Imperial and Imperial sovereign small s governance in perpetual harmony with organic, ancestral, and international law, droid, semicolon, and whereas also by divine royal proclamation and ancestral decree, the Imperial Royal House of Tunica-Thunderfire and underscore the Imperial Royal House of Samson L-Samhu Ray here space with underscore ray dash introduction of the Great Seal of Nungiza, the crown of 12 houses, and the Great Cosmic Codex for the IRO-HEM and ECMYE-IRKR all cap via a royal proclamation, space, royal proclamation on the return of the Great Cosmic Seal of Nungiza.
Okay.
And I yield the floor to the next reader. Gratitude.
We ready.
Right.
A royal proclamation underscore on the return of the great cosmic seal of Nun Giza, issued by His Imperial Majesty in parentheses H.E.M. all caps Emperor Samhu Samson Ray / Samhu Amini Ray quote Ade Loyi end quote underscore in his lawful status as the mirror-more sovereign crowned all caps prince ipso facto ipso jure in re proprio interregnum jure in us gladi jure in us hereditatis jure in us honorum jure in us imperii jure in us majestatis droit Imperial and Imperial crown, all caps, sovereign for the Imperial Royal Office for His Imperial Majesty and Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States small s droit colon diplomatic summary subject space the Ray introduction of the Great Seal of Nun Giza, the Crown of 12 Houses, and the Cosmic Codex. Ray claimant, space, H.E.M. all caps, space, Emperor, space, Samhu, Samson Ray / Samhu, Amini Ray, quote, Ade Loyi, end quote. Date of decoration, space, cosmologically aligned with the day of Ray Awakening, year 2025. Mandate issued to, all royal houses, global embassies, imperial and imperial missions, sovereign nations states, indigenous governments, cultural custodians, and cosmic orders. Purpose, to reinstate, affirm, and internationally recognize the cosmic seal of Nun Giza as, first bullet, a primordial covenant of divine governance. Second bullet, a celestial codex of ancestral memory. Third bullet, the lawful sigil of imperial and imperial sovereignty. Fourth bullet, a diplomatic glyph of unity across space, nation, and time. Key statement of sovereignty underscore. Let it be known, the great cosmic seal of Nun Giza, being the sacred Imperial and Imperial Codex of the Nibirian Muiris Shi Commission Yamashi lineage, is hereby proclaimed to be under the exclusive custodianship of His.E.M. all caps Emperor Samhu Samson Ray / Samhu Amini Ray quote Ade Loyi end quote sovereign crown all caps of the 12 celestial houses living key of the divine stroll and I all caps royal guardian of the great pyramidic stargate of Giza.
It's Kemetic. Committing. Yeah,
Committing, okay.
All right, come on.
Let it be entered into record that the great cosmic seal of Nun Giza shall govern all sacred institutional, financial, cosmological, diplomatic, judicial, and spiritual transactions conducted within the jurisdiction of the Imperial CMYE, all caps, Republic for the country of United States, small s, and aligned sovereign constructs. Underscore, cosmological roots, original codex, First bullet, quote, none, end quote, colon, space, infinite primordial water of divine creation, semicolon. Second bullet, quote, Giza, end quote, colon, space, geomantic earth node, pyramidic archive, universal anchor, semicolon. Third bullet, quote, Nin Gitzida, end quote, colon, space, Thoth, dash Tahuti, the divine DNA architect, guardian of ascension. Seal composition, colon. First bullet, spiral of Thoth, dash Tahuti, in parentheses, infinite vision. Second bullet, caduceus of Zeta, parentheses, genetic scroll. Third bullet, crown of 12, parentheses, zodiacal governance. Fourth bullet, Nun waters, parentheses, primordial base. Fifth bullet, pyramid of Giza, parentheses, earthly sovereignty. Mandate and hierarchy, parentheses, summary extract, underscore. First bullet, supreme source, colon, space, universal law, space, slash, space, spirit dash sun. Second bullet, great seal custodian, colon, space, H.E.M, all caps, emperor, colon, space, Samhu, Samson dash Ray. Third bullet, great seal codex, colon, space, Nun Giza, space dash space, crowned, spiral dash bound, earth dash anchored. Fourth bullet, decree reference, colon, space, Emperor's Directive dash 0004Z, colon, space, ICCMYE, all caps, Constitution. Notice of accession, all caps, for the IROHEM, all caps, and ECMYE-IRK, all caps, dated 22 January 2024, number 3A. The name, quote, Nun Giza, all caps, end quote, is used as a sacred sovereign re-identification of the geographic location known in the colonial system as Stone Mountain, Georgia. Nun Giza is also used in a sacred, esoteric, and cosmological context directly tied to the Imperial and Imperial Royal Sovereign of the Imperial and Imperial Royal Crown. The she strolls, which are metaphysically associated with the ancient Lemurian and Atlantean knowledge systems preserved through the Nibirian-Muirish-She-Kemechian-Yamasee bloodlines. Fifth bullet, royal crown, colon, space, 12 houses representing both terrestrial and celestial domains. Underscore royal seal underscore royal seal authorization, colon, space, diplomatic usage. This royal proclamation shall accompany the great seal for Nun Giza in all the following, colon, first bullet, national treaties. Second bullet, diplomatic credentials. Third bullet, international court submissions. Fourth bullet, imperial and imperial governance documents. Fifth bullet, sacred rites and ceremonies of sovereign states within the ECMYE-IRK, all caps. Underscore breakdown. Quote, Nun Giza, space dash space, sacred imperial codex, space dash space, Nibirian dash Muirish dash She dash Kemetian dash Yamasee stroll, end quote. This declaration links, quote, Nun Giza, end quote, with, colon, first bullet, sacred Imperial records. Second bullet, a Kemetic, in parentheses, ancient Egyptian and Nibirian cosmological heritage. Third bullet, the she strolls as mentioned above, are metaphysically associated with ancient Lemurian and Atlantean knowledge systems preserved through the Niburian-She-Kemechian-Yamasee bloodlines. Fourth bullet, quote, none, end quote, represents primordial orders of creation, parentheses, in Kemetic theology. The fifth bullet, quote, Giza, end quote, is the earthly anchor, location of the pyramids and celestial alignment, serving as a time gate and data matrix in both metaphysical and archival constructs. Seventh bullet, sixth bullet, together, quote, Nun Giza, end quote, symbolically refers to the primordial archive of creation, a sacred scroll or codex of divine decree and celestial knowledge that validates imperial and imperial sovereign authority and pre-deluge sovereign contracts. Thus, quote, Nun Giza, end quote, is simply a phrase it's a codified archive of divine jurisdiction invoked during the notice of accession, affirming that the sovereign emperor governs under both earthly and cosmic authority, drawn from ancient archives and celestial origin points. For the notice of accession, all caps, for the ECMYE-IRK, all caps, the following phrase appears, quote, Nun Giza, space, Sacred Imperial Codex, Nuburian, Mirurish, She, Comessian, Yamasee Stroll, end quote. Parentheses affirming the codified ancient archives of sovereignty and divine right of rule. This passage marks the invocation of Nun Giza as a codex, symbolizing cosmological, ancestral, and divine law originating from Kemet, parentheses ancient Egypt, Nibiru, parentheses Anunnaki lineage, She, parentheses Olmec, Lemurian progenitors, and Mirurish Yamasee, parentheses Atlantean progenitors. Visualization underscore. Official glyph seal to be rendered as visual diplomatic asset in medallions, strolls, E&I, all caps, Royal Embassy plaques, and cosmic archives. The glyph components, (1) or first bullet, spiral and eye of Tahuti, space, infinite knowledge. Second bullet, Caduceus staff of Ningich Zeta, space, genetic ascension. Third bullet, pyramid base, space, Giza as earth key. Fourth bullet, water lines beneath, space, Nun's cosmic womb. Fifth bullet, crown of 12 points, space, Imperial and Imperial royal houses of light. Behold, the great cosmic seal of Nun Giza and the E&I, all caps, great seal of the E&I, ES, all caps, Pa-Atak, rendered in sacred visual form, First bullet, Nun at the base represents the primordial waters of creation. Second bullet, Giza, all caps, pyramid, anchors divine law to the terrestrial plane. Third bullet, Caduceus spirals channels the energy of Nin-Gis Zeta, in parentheses, Nin-Gis Zeta, keeper of the DNA scrolls and accession pathways. Fourth bullet, Eye of Tahuti spiral embodies infinite cosmic wisdom and vision. Fifth bullet, crown of 12 houses marks imperial and imperial governance over the zodiacal, ancestral, and terrestrial domains. 6th bullet, E&I, all caps, Great Seal of the E&I-ES, all caps, Pa-Atak, means, quote, we are the flame and the law. We hold the crown, the scroll, and the gate, end quote. And here we have the cosmic seal of Nun-Giza. To the left is a picture of the divine sundog picture over Giza, Egypt. To our right, we have the E&I, all caps, Great Seal of the E&I-ES, all caps, Pa-Atak, colon.
Right there, you hold on, go back up. Cosmic seal of Moon Giza. You got the what? 12 houses, crown of the 12 houses. See that seal? You got a cosmic around the eye, and then you got 16 coming down to the what? Giza, Earth Gate, and down to what? Nun. So that's the seal without the pictures. So that's the whole seal. You take the pictures of. All right. So that's the seal that will occupy our document, representing the Great Seal of Nun Giza. Okay.
Cool. This sigil may also be used on, colon. First bullet, imperial decrees and diplomatic documents. Second bullet, scrolls and temple protocols. Third bullet, imperial and imperial medallions and imperial and imperial sovereign court seals. Note 3, underscore, colon, space. For the record, the absolute royal sovereign emperor, colon, space, H.E.M. all caps, colon, space, Samhu, Samson Ray, / Samhu, Amini Ray, quote, Adeloyi, end quote, via the ROHEM, all caps, under the authority of the Imperial Royal Houses of Tunica, Thunderfire, and the Imperial Royal House of Samson Samhu Ray, holds the key and is the holder in due course and custodian of the sovereign crown, all caps, of the 12 celestial houses, living key of the divine scroll, and Imperial royal guardian of the great pyramidic stargate of Giza. This grants, colon. First bullet, seal bearing jurisdiction over the ECMYE-IRK, all caps. Second bullet, custodianship of the divine archives, parentheses, Nibirian-Meurish-C Kemetian Yamasi. Third bullet, spiritual governance over nominationals, small n, and allies under sacred treaty, because invoking, quote, Ningisa, end quote, in diplomatic and spiritual documentation. Nun Giza, end quote, in diplomatic and spiritual documentation, as seen in the notices of accession, space, is calling upon the cosmic authority of Nin-Gizida, parentheses, Thoth, protective sovereignty, guardian of the tree of life, and bearer of divine genetic memory. Quote, 3 times, end quote, Check Kutet, Arlik, and Vomolites.
End quote. Check with that. Check with that. Check with that. Vomoliti. You got it?
It did say 3 times, didn't it? Quote 3 times. Chekutet, Chekutet, Chekutet. Arlik, Arlik, Arlik. Vomolites, Vomolites, Vomolites. Gratitude. Underscore. Final affirmation of return. Quote, by the decree of the crown flame, we open the great cosmic seal of Nun Giza. By the keys of time, we call the Imperial and imperial royal houses to rise. By the word of H.E.M. all caps, Emperor, space, Samhu, Samson Ray, / Samhu, Amini Ray, quote, a day lo ye, end quote. We declare the age reborn, end quote. Let it be done, let it be known, let it be sealed. Eesh. And wherefore, the right to act / perform comes with the responsibility to act / perform, space. Whatever I / H.E.M. all caps, space, Samhu Samson Ray / Samhu Amini Ray, quote, a day lo ye, end quote, creates shall never be altered, explanation. The decree of my lips shall never be revoked and never changed, explanation point. When a light / bearer with divine, supreme, smallest knowledge and wisdom is present, faith is not necessary, explanation point. There is but one nominational in his inherent country, USA, small u, with E and I, all caps, full faith in sovereign gold credit rights, supreme small s authority, dominion, E and I, all caps, constitutional rights, and treaty small t / treaty capital T rights to ordain and declare, active and in quote force. The Imperial and Imperial ES Pa-Atak, key responsibilities of the E and I, all caps ES Pa-Atak for the IRO-HEM, all caps, and ECMYE-IRK, all caps, and Royal Proclamation of the Imperial and Imperial Royal Bloodline, and all nominationals, natural peoples, and resources in its dominions. Each explanation point, smiley face. Footnote 4. Nominationals are, quote, Nibirians, Al-Moroccans, Muiris, Yamasee, American natives, Amuru, Wasaktan, /Washo, Washita, Washita, Mirs de Dugdamanya, / Moroccan Americans are indigenous, autonomous woman soul / man souls, Nibirians, Anunnaki, Elul, Nomo, Tamariet / ancient Egyptians, She, Olmec, Yamashi, Amuru Washita, Washita, Mirs de Dugdamanya, parentheses, mound builders, black A Moors / black A Moors, Muiris Mur Moor Moorish American Al-Moroccan, original Cherokee, Creek, ancient Moabites, Chickasaw, Shakora, Inca, Seminole, Shoshone, Haudenosaunee, Mayan, Lemurian, and Atlantean ascendants, end quote, smiley face. Underscore. Excuse me. Underscore, so be it decreed. This Imperial ES Pa-Atak, key responsibilities of the E and I ES, all caps, Pa-Atak, and Royal Proclamation for the IRO-HEM, all caps, and ECMYE-IRK, all caps, were underscore signed and sealed into E and I, all caps, law on the underscore territorial sovereign soil of Amexem, ancient land of Al-Morocco / Morocco, and Washaktan Didugdamanya. Henceforth, the ECMYE-IRKR, in parentheses, the oldest independent autonomous autochthon kingdom on earth, dated, April 2025, Droid, Smiley face. In witness whereof, I, his sovereign majesty, the great, noble, and de jure allodium emperor, Samhu, Samson-Ray / Samhu, Amini-Ray, quote, Adeloyi, end quote, have signed this Imperial and Imperial-Es Pa'atak, key responsibilities of the E and I-ES, all caps, Pa'atak, for the ROHEM, all caps, and ECMYE-IRK, all caps, and Royal Proclamation have affixed hereto underscore my official Imperial and Imperial Royal autograph / space signature and raised royal seals for authentication. Smiley face. Respectfully, and until then, as I remain, His Sovereign Majesty Emperor Samhu Samson Ray / Samhu Amini Ray, quote, Adeloyi, end quote, smiley face. And the second line is in French, and the bottom line is in Yamasic language, smiley face.
Our language. Come on down.
Note 4, underscore, space. The protocol for each interim E and I-ES, all caps, Pa'atak officer is appointed by H.E.M. all caps, directly for, parentheses, 1 year. After that year, each E and I-ES, all caps, Pa'atak officer will be elected or appointed by H.E.M. or the Imperial Royal Council of the ROHEM, all caps, for a 5-year term. Underscore note 5, space. Spirit-fire means the living, animated force of sovereign origin, space. The inner fire from which the E and I, all caps, royal crown manifests authority, not derived from men or corporate law, but from the infinite source encoded through the E&I royal bloodlines. It is both
E&I cap royal bloodline.
Through the E&I all cap royal bloodlines. It is both ancestral, parentheses, through the Nibirian Meirish She Kemetian Yamashi, and cosmic, parentheses, rooted in infinite light and triple darkness. Explanation point. This customized Imperial-Executive Secretariat Pa'atak, key responsibilities of the E&I-ES, all caps, Pa'atak, for the ROHEM, all caps, and ECMYE-IRK, all caps, and Royal Proclamation is active and in, quote, force via H.E.M. all caps, space, Samhu Samson-Ray, quote, Adeloyi, end quote, / Samhu Amini-Ray's royal autograph, / space signature, and publishing on the ECMYE-IRK, all caps, government website, semicolon. Imperial reference number, in parentheses, ERN, space, IMYRS, all caps, -2025 -00000009, and other information can be obtained by contacting the ROHEM, all caps, at parentheses 888-877-6481, extension 8, semicolon, or the MFAIC, all caps, at, in parentheses 888-877-6481, extension 6, or for mailing, Imperial CMYE-IRK, all caps, Republic, attention, space, H.E.M. all caps, space, Samhu Amini-Ray, CO, ROHEM, all caps, 2107 North Decatur Road, Suite 513, Decatur, Georgia, 30033-5303, USA, all caps. Or you can visit us at :www.cmye imperial.gov.us or e-mail at ROHEM lowercase at CMYE-imperial.gov.us, all lowercase. Okay, at the bottom from right to left, we have the Continental Moorish Yamasee Empire Great Seal. To the left of it, we have the coat of arms of the absolute sovereign emperor. In the center, we have the absolute royal sovereign emperor's great seal. To the left of that, we have the coat of arms of Thunderfire, Thunder-Fire / King Louis the 20th. And to the far left, we have his Imperial Majesty's Royal Post Great Seal.
That's the Imperial Royal coat arms.
Okay.
And then the middle one, yeah, that's an absolute, but it represents the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic until we at this point. So you good.
Oh, that's the update. The Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic Great Seal in the center.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, come on back up to the picture. All right, so that's a good read for y'all. First read, right? There you go. So we got that. So now I know we passed a while ago when I want to look at myself a little bit here. But what's up, brother? You doing all right?
It looks
Any
good.
questions? That was a good read. We had to put it on record. You feel me? So now it's on record. It's live. It's in the ethers. We had that signing out there. You was there. We had that signing out there at New Giza on 9 April. That was a exciting day, wasn't it? Oh my gracious. So we did that signing, had a duck show of everything, right? And put our feet on the ground, and your feet, not your shoes, your feet on the ground. Everybody felt them and felt that energy, right? So we got that live, but we had to get it live on the video. Didn't come out good, so we had to redo it. So we did it on the full moon, which is our thing, getting all the full moon energy. And we are totally in the full moon right now. So that was a good read for everybody who stepped up to the plate to assert their energy. And I know that everybody else got a little bit of the energy, right?
That's right.
And protector.
Right, yeah.
Ish.
Right.
So y'all got anything for me?
Not at this time.
There was
Okay,
something
that's
further
perfect.
back up in the document, but it's and we've been on here a while. I'll catch it on another time.
Good.
The gratitude.
Damn, I thought you said you had something for me.
Protected. Sorry, Mac, you want us to continue with the communication call?
I'll call you after that one. You got me down if you.
Did you call me, Emperor?
Yeah, I said I thought you had a question for me.
Oh, let me look in the chat. There were some questions in the chat for you.
Hey, what do you got?
Naya Sajar Ray says, is that why states are not allowing non-bar members in the court now?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know where you're getting that from, but I just know their status is that they are administrative judges, all of them. Then they take an oath of office to be a state magistrate, all that. But all that authority goes all the way up to the chief judge of the Supreme Court, Judge Roberts. See, Justice. So for his delegation of authority, he delegated authority all through the federal system And then the chief judge of each federal system, they got what, 11 federal systems? And then they become the chief judge of all the citizens within their jurisdiction, the whole, under that full faith and credit clause. And then from their authority, it comes all the way down to the Supreme Court of states and all them from their constitution that they claim they got from 1776, where they claim they got that authority from on Washington land. So all of it was fraud. So all of it had to get taken out eventually. Because you can't hold the truth down. You can't steal somebody's land and go along in history as the great country of the world and you stole somebody's land, you feel me? So now that the owner's back, they're upset. So that's why you see everybody kneeling to that board in DC now. Because he got my documents a long time ago. And he got it back a long time ago. So he know who I am, he know all about it. So he is trying to save what they got, what they created and control that they had since they started this little journey. But all of them was on my mental list, Supreme Court and all of them. So they know all about me. They know all about us. So then through his cronies, he attempted to do to save America, they say. Because they know you got a sovereign emperor here. And they got democracy. So he got 300 million citizens, and we got less than 100 nationals. So you see, that's why you come small. But you got sovereign over the land and write anything you want. Jurisdiction over your gold and everything as we moving out this year at this time with your talk here to govern your government. You feel me? So that answer that question.
Yeah, yes, Protector. That was back up when he was talking about the lawyers attorneys being bar card members. It's been announced that in some states they're now allowing non-bar card members to be lawyers or whatever the case may be.
No, they're talking about non-bar card members because it's what they're saying. For me, what you're saying there is that you got them sovereign citizens out there who understand some little things about the UCC, Uniform Commercial Code. And then they're coming in under improper persona juris. Okay. So they can speak and then attempting to pretend as though they're attorneys. So they say if you don't have a bar card, they're not allowing you in because they control their jurisdiction. So you got that stuff been going on for 20, 30 years now. Well, they claim because they don't have a superior claim. So that's something the courts have done. Like I said before, they going in there to get recognition. So the courts is saying we can't give you no recognition. So they try to go in there and secure parties, hold in due course over their birth certificate contract. Well, if you hold in due course over your Social Security birth certificate contract, okay, then why you can't call Baltimore, Maryland to the Social Security Administration? I guess I'm right. The Social Security Administration get information on your account. You feel me?
Right.
So that make you not hold in due course.
Right.
You surrender that authority over to the state under UCC 3-419 by accommodation.
Right.
And then they got it set up through that system the way they run your contract. You can't come in because you figured out a little wisdom about commercial law and UCC and this and that. And they did this and that with the birth certificate and they stole this and that. Okay, well you got to have your own venue because you can't use their venue. They ain't gonna allow you to use their venue to come in and crucify the damn self. Feel me?
Right.
Think about it.
I think that's the part that everybody missed. Like you can't, like you just said, you can't use their venue. That just makes so much sense. So if you realize you can't use their venue, then what you're doing out there is just paper pushing because it don't mean nothing.
Not like you see all these people losing their house through foreclosure because they get in that paperwork sling. You feel me?
Right.
When the court itself has a remedy. The court itself has the remedy. So you see everybody out there doing foreclosure paperwork. You see how dumb they are. They ain't did no research on it. First of all, they own the house and mortgage contract that they signed. They don't understand that, and then they go out there and get mad because they told them something they could do inside the contract, and the bank is doing it, and now they get mad and say, well, you stole my signature, or you just foreclosed, all that bullshit. When you sign that contract, you told them if you missed a payment or two, whatever mean you signed for, they gonna say they can foreclose on your damn house. So that's not the remedy. That's what's inside the contract. They don't fulfill the contract. Then they going up in the court arguing about a foreclosure paperwork when the court already said if you got anything to do with mortgages, what? Real estate to do with what? Quiet title.
Quiet the title.
You gotta quiet that title. They ain't got nothing to do with foreclosure. But you got them cats out there slinging around foreclosure paperwork. Then when they get all caught up, messed up, they say, "Oh, that coincides with what Cooper the Emperor said, and it coincides hand in hand." No, it don't. It don't go nowhere near what I'm saying.
So just to
they try to save face because they done took money for these people. You feel me?
right. So foreclosure is actually a stipulation in the contract where
You agree to.
right.
If you didn't make your damn payments and you get behind 2 months or whatever you sign on, you said they can do process to take the house back. Their contract.
However,
That's fuck.
in real estate, you have a quiet title that's a court remedy.
Yeah, that's court remedy because it's quiet title. See, first of all, you own the signature, it's yours. Okay?
Okay.
That's your signature. Okay, let's get this straight. Okay, so when you come to closing, okay, you go to close, right? That's what you come there for, right? Close, right?
Right.
All right. So why are you paying payments then? So somebody sold you out right there. You didn't catch it. That was the dream. That was the what you call it, Wizard of Oz. That was the trick.
Magic trick.
The magic trick. You missed it. See, because the attorney who represented the bank also represented you. So you signed over. That's why they got an unofficial witness to sign the contract. Because then the trustee, whoever representing the attorney that representing you and the bank, he's also the trustee. So once the trustee once you sign off and return the contract back to him, he dishes you, never to be seen again, and he sends the contract back to the bank. So you going after the bank for foreclosure, you're supposed to be going after the trustee. He the one sold you out. So since the contract goes back to the beginning, well, you can't do nothing but a quiet title now because you got quiet title because you own your signature and they misuse your signature and they give you full disclosure. So now you can go do a quiet title and make the bank come and prove they own your damn signature. They'll never shut the fuck up. But you got to get an attorney to do that. That's why it's all about letting somebody in without a bar card, you see, because they own the courts. So you can't go in there. Like I see, you can do it on the side. You can do it on the side yourself, but you got to get an attorney to go put it in the court. Because they ain't. That's how they roll. I've been saying that for years. Because them cats got out there, started using their codes and all that stuff, and they came along copyright the code. Remember?
Right.
State code got copyrighted. How you copyright state code? But these cats is out here doing what? Using the codes, trying to make prove their point. Well, according to your code, you can't do this. According to your code, you can't do this. They're like, man, you ain't got a right to speak. You're a corporation. You catch them, nigga.
That's so funny, yo. You're a corporation. Corporations don't have no voice. They can't speak.
Yeah, no. So they allow you that freedom, but they can really shut you down. So that boy in DC can really shut y'all down. Shut them down for real. So you ain't know what a corporation. They're allowing you to speak. For real. And that Burberry contract is a fiction. Corporation contract, you agree to that contract. So for real, they ain't gotta show you nothing. But you got them attorneys and Freedom of Information Act and the articles in the Constitution where freedom of speech and all that stuff couldn't play in. But why don't the rest of it play in then? Feel me?
Right.
You ain't got no goal or nothing based on your contract, your Constitution. So it's just a plain sheet of paper. You can turn that shit up tomorrow. Mean that you ain't got no equity. See, that didn't make sense to you. Came along and did it. Because they had everybody in the spook world out there in the world as if they had some sovereign world. They got world power through the military, but they ain't got no world power through no sovereign government. They're a democracy. So they created what they call 3 keys: the Pope for religion, the England for rule, and the U.S. for military. That's what all the other countries agreed to back after World War II. That was the contract. You starting to see it now, don't you? Now he's trying to eliminate the U.S. from that contract. You know, like, where you going, dog? Where you going with this? You feel me? So I'm saying they don't allow you that after World War II. Now you want to separate, drop everybody like a bad habit. Like you ain't gonna never leave the office. That's like crazy. You ain't looking out for the United States then. That make you looking out for yourself. But the United States being 2 years, then you ain't got no immortality. I ain't seen nobody that got no damn immortality but me. So what the hell? You trying to do this and carry the United States down this road for what, 4 years? I'm for real. Because you so well, say 8 years. Okay, you get another election. I don't know. Don't care. That's that thing. If you get another 8 years, okay, the United States still gonna be here. That's less than 10 years. Everything they write is a 10-year window. Y'all know that. These people is committing all these crimes against the Constitution. And that turn in, that's fraud. Don't have no statute of limitation. That stuff when I would come out of court. That's why you just move on with some of the stuff they had doing and saying. You feel me? But you're in a whole new era. So all truth coming out. So we'll see. They helped me out with that Baltimore State stuff.
Thank you, big bro. Appreciate it.
That was a good one.
Yes.
That was good.
What else you got? The Cab Ray, you got your hand up.
Yeah, I was going to say we got a hand raised.
Grand Rising Emperor. This Executive Secretariat number 10 says administer citizenship. Can you go into details on that for us, please?
Yeah, so I don't know. Wait, I'm going to it. My cap, all cap ES 10. Right here, right there.
10, yeah.
You said my citizenship?
Yes, that citizenship.
Everybody ain't gonna be a non-national. Yeah, so you got different races that you might have to make a citizen. So that's why it's in there. Yeah. You don't want to lock yourself down where you just got non-nationals. You feel me? You had your empire, so you had to add that clause in there, but it doesn't have the same effect of what you are inside of the American as a citizen. Because the contract you signed in there is a different citizenship contract they created in 1871. So that's a new type of citizenship that they created in the United States. And in our jurisdiction, a citizen would still have the rights of everything you got and all the non-nationals got. They coming in as a citizen, where we have to assist them in a certain way for that citizenship to become a normal in our jurisdiction. That makes sense. Did I confuse them more? Help you out. Which one?
A little baffled, but a little bit baffled still. But
I had talked about it on call.
I can see that's what the de jure side. So we can operate on both.
You go on both. You can do
nothing to do with that.
Yeah, you can operate on both of them. There you go. Makes sense.
Okay, cool.
I might have to get down to the point where, we'll talk about it out the wire. Off this call. But I gave you enough for this call, right?
Indeed, Emperor. I appreciate it.
Cool. Benu.
Salam alaikum Shawut, Emperor. Yeah, I'm gonna have a question on that citizenship part, but that's definitely after the off call. But my question is, when we was talking about when you had mentioned the small T in the treaty, and that it
Mhm.
popped up on 16 September 1836. Was there other treaties after that signed with the small T?
No. The small T treaty is September 16th.
Right.
The main treaty of peace and friendship, that's a capital T. When they came in, evidently we went back in them days, and Morocco must wanted to end that treaty because why else would France come in with their military and dominate Morocco to put their flag on Morocco's flag though? When Drew Ali came along, you had Morocco, the same Moroccan flag, but you had a French seal on top of it, on the left corner.
Right.
That's been on there for 50 plus years, you see.
Okay.
So so you got to look at that at that level. You feel me? So when they came in, they just took the 50 years out, which made it the Treaty of September 16, 1836 between the United States and Morocco. Same treaty. You just got the 50 years out of it.
Got you.
So that's why you heard the former President Obama say what? The Treaty of Peace and Friendship, the longest standing treaty in the world. Because they took the 50-year one off of it. It can't be negotiated no more. It's a sealed deal. And France made sure of that because they had their flag on top of the Moroccan flag. That's why you see the tension between the Kingdom of Morocco and France to this day. You feel me? For what they did to give America that clout back in the day. So then they took that, you see what they did with it so far. Started a civil war and all that. Created a whole new citizen. Because you didn't have, see, they said they created a whole new citizen. So that make you was another citizen. You had another citizen status on the what? The Republic.
Right.
You had a whole nother citizenship status under the Republic. Okay? In 1871, they came along and created a new citizen that you under today.
Right.
So the question becomes, before you was a corporate soul, what type of soul was you?
That's a good question because they created corporate soul based on Gerard Lee and his lineage with the de Maison and the fifth Marquis de Maison. See, but the more scientific don't teach that science. See, they supposed to be saying they say they're more scientific, right? But he's a prophet to them. We look at him as fifth Marquis de Maison. Why he had that authority? Because of the sovereignty that comes with what? The landmass and the authority of the kings of England, of France, rather. You gotta realize de Maison means you potentially the heir to the throne of the France on both ends. That's why everybody missing. So they're gonna say, how you tie yourself into France? That's through the de Maison. That's through Washington. So think about this, 1713. France became protectors over the sovereignty and imperial land rights of, like I said, Washington de Dugdemania or Washington Murs de Dugdemania. Had to be a Muru for that case that was back through Russia, way back then. So it had to be the Muru Washington. It could have been just Muru Murs de Dugdemania without the Washington. Got different spellings. But that's going by the Saint Ayah Marie. So she was the empress. So you think about this for a second. In French Revolution, 1789, remember? So they already knew about the land they had over here in America because of the what? The Treaty of Utrecht, right? So they already knew about the sovereign land. So when they vacated him from France during the Revolution and brought him over here to court him with the empress, to tie that bloodline where you get Henry and all them at, that could have been a strategic move by the royal family to save the monarchy.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly my thoughts when you said it. Yeah.
See, right. So now when you come over here, he lost his sovereignty when he left France. he regained it over here because he was courted with the emperors of the damn land in the Mariner, so that he's still royalty. He just lost his seat as a king, but he didn't never lose his title, Louis the 17th. Now you know why, because that Louis 17th title inherited or married into 3 million plus damn acres over here in America, which actually own America. You feel me?
So let me ask a question, Protector. So because they did that, then that authority will move over here to America from France.
Exactly. Then I came back and got full faith credit on it.
Yes, yes. So that means going back that way, you inherit the French throne, like you said.
That's right.
Huh.
Because I didn't need, the bloodline didn't need, remember what Crown Prince Ransbay taught me? He said what? He said Spain told them, or the emperors, when they went and got the records, they couldn't give them full faith and credit. Remember? They said they had to get that from the United States.
Right.
So that's why she could offer you citizenship. She didn't offer you no damn nationality. So you was under her protection because she's the sovereign. You feel me?
Right.
So she offered you citizenship when you go back and look in the 90s. And that's what got them and all that effed up situation, because what? People don't have no loyalty. They claim they got loyalty. They ain't got no damn loyalty. You feel me? So what they do, they come in and sabotage their own shit.
Right.
Because what? Arrogant egos want to rule, or all this and that. You feel me? That makes sense to you.
That make a lot of sense.
Right.
So now you see what these treaties mean so much, because what? I'm able as a protector. That's why y'all ask why I'm a protector. Why? Because I became a protector because you have protectorates holding the throne of who? The Washington. That's why they became protectorates. And they knew in the books, if a protector come back, they had to do what? They had to surrender their authorities. That's where you at now. So in other words, France got to go back and pay Haiti all the millions of dollars because they created that mess while they were protectors over your land. Y'all ain't catching me.
Any other mess they created while they was protectors of the land because they violated their oath to protect.
They created whatever they did with Dominican Republic, all that. That's all Washington land.
Right.
That was all part of the Emperor's territory. Got you thinking that on.
Facts.
So in repaying Haiti, that just means that that's another thing that has to come back to your state.
It's already under my state.
Yeah, it comes back to you.
When I speak, and when I say the oldest independent autonomous autocratic kingdom / nation on earth, that's including all the land. That's why you can say that. You couldn't say that if you didn't own the land.
Oops. So France has a real problem then, in that so many of the current
I ain't got time to talk
territories.
about it. You just become an ambassador and
Okay.
become who you are.
Well,
This ain't no debate on here. Ain't nothing to
I
talk
got
about.
you. I got you. Okay. I yield.
All right.
That was an eye opener, though. Wow.
Because you the protector over that's why you became the protector. Because when you got nationalized, what? As Baku chief Thunderfire by the crown prince, who had all the authority of the emperors of the empire indigenous Washington nation. They tried to come back to out the crown prince went to a higher life, peace be upon him, in 2004. They heard of me, but they didn't know about me because there was so much jealousy around me. So they knew about the United Washington, they don't know what the state that he created. So if he's able to create a state, and they try to say he wasn't the heir to the throne, well, how was he able to create the United Washington deduct the money then? Because he crown prince. And that crown prince nationalized me as what? Chief Maku over the whole sovereign state, everything. So nobody could take away from him. So when he passed, that fell in my seat. Did I have time to go out there and jump on it? No, I was fighting the United States Post Service and the Office of Inspector General in the state of Georgia on a fraudulent death claim because they didn't like my status that I had created, and they were doing their best to steal it or force you to submission as they threat to rescue her. They end up lighting the fire and end up, getting me where I'm at now. So they came at me with all hands needed, you hear me? So I understand what Homeboy saying up there in DC about the judges and everything. Cause Homeboy signed a warrant against the all cap name birth certificate count, and the person didn't even exist. So you can see right there, you can see that fraud and treason behind the oath that these cats do, because it's all about that money. You feel me? All right. So where we at? It's all about that dollars. All they got in DC all you want. Millions of dollars gonna be flowing into America. Okay.
So
Only thing you got to do is sign a piece of paper, give me $1 million on my birth certificate contract. We can end that conversation real quick. That contract. See, I ain't got time to play with no more because you transferring that contract over to your state now. So let them play with their citizens the way they want to play with them. With that birth contract, since they gave them authority over that contract. Every order he write is based on your birth certificate contract. Every order he writes is based on that contract. So he done wrote 100 orders. Well, he got 100 orders based on that contract. And now the people don't know how to operate. Because they listen to the attorneys. They listen to the judges. That stuff don't exist. That's not true. And you see where I'm at. All right. Since it's not true, right?
right. So I got a question for you, Protector. Just going back to the Empress. So just because you are a child of an emperor, empress, king, or queen doesn't make you an heir automatically.
No.
So that heir is by appointment then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That makes sense now. Dealing with Joe.
Yeah, because she had, no. That was, what I say, 12 of them that she created. So if she wanted to make him crown prince, why does she need 12? They wasn't nowhere near her bloodline. Really?
Right. So she had to assure the proper will go on.
She wanted to make sure they wouldn't steal it again.
Right.
She said if you get back to her son, he get right back to the United States.
Right.
That's what he did. When he went and created that 501c3 in 2008, I think it was. And I'm like, how you gonna violate my sovereignty? You feel me? You don't have no authority to speak on that no more. That's all my property. So that's what I kept my mouth shut. Why? You can't argue about it until you bring it to your court. Now that you got your court, okay, now I can come talk to you. Feel me? Because I got to bring you to my court. See, because I can't. If I kill you in their court, they have. Come on, man. It's a monkey game over there. You feel me? They don't have no jurisdiction over that. You got to take that to the international court. So international court only bring in accept countries. You feel me? But you got international claim here. You talking about millions of acres of land. You feel me?
Right.
You gonna create to a United States court? Are you kidding me? For what? You want their opinion? Because they ain't got them. Not on a sovereign claim.
And then another court can't sit in your jurisdiction and
A state can't sit in the seat of another state.
that can't happen.
That's what I'm saying. So all that monkey stuff that's going on in the 2000, early 2000s, all the way up to now, that's why we stayed out of it, because they go back and listen to their own tapes. They can look at it. If they had common sense, they can look at it and say they don't make no damn sense. You feel me?
Right.
But they didn't understand our mindset, because we come from what? Foreign national owned country. They didn't understand us. But we gave them opportunity to. We not like we just kick them to the curb. No, they just they want the ones they want to sit at top. We wasn't concerned with the ego. All of them, everybody, all of them every one of them since I came around, want to sit somewhere near the top of whoever lead. Don't make a difference. Okay? So that's always shit like you see right now up there at the DC, 10 miles around DC right now. What they doing? Everybody catering, meal. That's like same. That's that same game out there in the Moore's world, Moore Scientific, where all them shake, all so-called shakes, and what they want them boys kneel. You feel me? Going to the laws, what they want to do? Kneel, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's all they want you to do. Kneel, nigga. All the fraternity, what they got you doing? Kneeling. Yeah. You kneel, now they got you going in church kneeling, right? Take a look around, they got you kneeling for something, right? Except yourself. Live everything outside yourself, right? Till death come, right? Then when death come, none of them niggas show up, do
No.
they? But yeah, your buddy while you're rolling with you, right? When death show up, you don't see that motherfucker. They running far death they can, right? So death follow me, right? So I'm like, okay, say what you say, I don't care. Death follow me. That's my command. So how we do tonight? Y'all get a good read?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
But that great stuff.
Okay.
Definitely.
So we had to get it on tape. 7 o'clock. Wow. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. That was a 4-hour read, y'all. Y'all did good, man. That's a workout. Shit.
Made me hungry.
Should we get
Hey
the
man, I had his head up. I had his crown on for 4 hours. Oh, we got a hand up. Come on, do it.
Assalamu alaikum, Mashaouf, Emperor.
I don't know about all that. I know Salam Alaikum.
Malikum? Malikum. It's pronunciation. All right.
Okay,
All
what
right.
you got?
All right. I
There you
got
go.
two statements that I want to make. One is going back to Morocco. I was watching the I was watching the lifestyles of some of the princes of the world, and they were talking about King Mohammed and his son. But going back to what you said about that whole situation, you said that King Muhammad may make his son an absolute.
King Muhammad is 6. Might make you
King
sound
Muhammad the
what?
sixth might make his son an absolute. His son is going to become
No, ain't no
absolute.
might in it. Where you get might from?
Wow, how does that work? That's what I want to know.
Well, you
Because if
gotta
he's
be
a
royalty,
king,
but he's the king. If he
uh-huh.
when he signed his son as his heir, he signed him if he got absolute authority, what he doing, what he a king to give him absolute authority, because absolute authority been on our flag. I'm an absolute.
Right.
We're in the same flag. When the emperor got cut down, when they cut the emperor down, or they went to a sultan, all these different titles down to a king. So how you gonna take you might not understand you got 3 crowns. That's why we got 3 crowns. I got absolute, I got Imperial and constitutional. Okay, and then you got executive. An executive monarch is a king now.
Okay.
Queens of the world, they executive. They can sit on the executive level. Then you got certain constitutional monarchs. You can find a couple of them in the Arab world where them cats that got established after in 1930s and structured themselves similar to get themselves that constitutional authority to decree like I did with y'all, the decree down so y'all can move your state. But I'm also absolute, allodium. That comes from the E&I absolute going all the way back to the Empress. Saint Sayyid Ayah Maria, she's absolute. That's absolute authority. Emperor of Morocco, that's absolute authority. So I got Imperial and Imperial absolute authority on both levels. That's why you see But throughout the document, it just goes down to E and I all cap because represent E and I, Imperial and Imperial, E and I. See, oh, that's under my house. This crown I got on my head right here. Okay.
Wow.
So when you're looking at what he's doing with his son becoming a king, future king. Well, if they they don't have a contract with the United States no more.
Right.
They done broke the contract with France, whatever they're doing. So he done did all the precautions that he needed to do as king on Muhammad VI for his son to become an absolute. I ain't got no problem with it. That makes sense to you.
Yeah, that make a lot of sense. So that brings up that opened up a whole nother can of worms. So if he becomes absolute,
Ain't got time to deal with that on this call. I got a part-time call. You deal with it on another call. What else you got?
Okay. Something strange has been going on since I've been dealing with you, Emperor.
Ain't got time for this call neither. What you got with the part-time? What you got with the part what you just read? Part-time.
What we just read?
That's right.
Well, we were speaking about the different what do you call them? Points, PowerPoints of the document itself. But as far as
you going back to the treaty piece of friendship?
Yeah, I want to know about that. That being changed over to the small T. That whole situation.
No, they got nothing. It was explained throughout the document. It's already I already explained
that. Took the 50 years out. The 50 years was right. So I'm just well. That's what's in front of my mind right now. But that's all I got. I yield.
That's simple stuff right now. But I'm not gonna get into no diplomacy question about the monarchy and kingdom over here. Not when we talking about our own stuff here. So if you got questions about what we just read, I need to know that. But other than that, that's small T, big T. I explained that with the longitude latitude jurisdiction of the Bourbon estate. So you good?
I'm good. I yield.
All right. What else we got? Anybody else? Oh, that's it. Well, we're gonna shut this sucker down, all right, y'all? And so thank you for attending. Thank you for your questions, getting up for this reading of the Imperial-Executive Secretariat Part Top, and officially signing at New Giza on 9 April 2025. Thank you again. So enjoy your day. Enjoy your full moon. Salam alaikum wa sharuf. Nama usa. Yeesh. Smiley face.
Salam alaikum, Nama usra.
Smiley face.
3, 2, 1. Yeesh. At 7:06.